Bro, about the dates, they're a character.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. Like, I know people get immersed in what they say
Yeah.
because what they say is bigger than life topics,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's sort of like
Yeah.
Batman incorporated into a body, right? He's sort of like a villain and a hero. You know how there's like WWE characters and whatnot, like John Cena, Roman Reigns, those big characters, The Rock,
Yes.
Stone Cold Steve Austin in the 90s. Those people are not real.
Yeah.
They're characters.
That's
and
right.
people watch it and people buy into it because they're bigger than life, because they represent ideas that are acceptable, but they exaggerate it.
Absolutely.
They exaggerate it, and that's what makes people buy into it. It's like watching a movie and you see the guy, the main character, he kills everyone, he shoots everyone, he gets all the girls, he gets all the money. Like, that's just not realistic.
Exactly.
Right? But that's why people like it.
Yeah, I know. You know, I guess those people, they try to create a cult behind them as well. And also they tap into a certain audience. You know, I guess our job's to listen, analyze, and take what you think is logical as well. Some people, they just go with the flow, or some people, they just listen to everything those people say and follow it blindly. No, I guess, you know, sometimes they might say something. Yes, it's a good advice. You know, I will think about it. But also we have to think critically and analyze what they say. You know, lots of teenagers, they just follow them blindly and, you know, do stupid things they can't do beyond their capabilities. But I guess the Tates, they're pushing. They're trying to get people to push their boundaries. I guess some people, they can step a lot out of their comfort zone, and that could impact people. You know, not everyone can do it. Yeah.
But they've become masters at it. They've become really good at it.
Well, that's right. And, you know, if you watch their old podcasts, they've been doing this for a long time. And they've been getting experience day after day to be good at it as well. I guess that helps with their business too. They're getting a lot of attraction from different podcasts, popular people, you know. And I guess, you know, now everyone wants to talk to them. You know, I will pay you money just to talk to you for 1 minute.
Of course.
I know they have this app where if you want to consult them or talk to them for minutes, they will charge you like
they do
$3,000 or something.
They have an app for consultation?
Minute. Yeah, they have an app with, I think they have this agreement with someone. They have this app where they are on this app. I forgot what it's called, but I will send you the name after. With also Patrick Pitt David, where if you want to talk to Andrew Tate for 1 minute, you would pay like $2,000 or something. Per minute. They charge per minute, not per hour.
You think people would actually do that?
I'm sure there's many people doing this. Absolutely.
What would you say to Andrew Tate for 1 minute?
You know, I think some people, they just want to say, I spoke to Andrew Tate, and they promote their whatever service they are doing. So, you know, there's just different reasons behind it. Some people just out of curiosity, you know, they just want to talk to those people.
Sounds like a big scam.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. You know, that's where I was saying we have to logically analyze and have critical thinking when we listen to those people. You think they have a huge cult behind them, you know. So yeah, it's us how we educate ourselves and educate the young fellas how to not to agree with everything. You know, they have to take on, you know, full of information. The world is full of information. Yeah. So we have to filter and take whatever we think suits us and whatever we think it's logical and ethical and build on it, but not necessarily agreeing with everything and just, you know, someone we think he's a hero, she's a hero, and blindly follow those people. So that's where I think there should be a balance of...
Well, I think you're right about it, but the reason why people don't think twice is because it appeals to their needs to the point where they don't have to think about it. And it hits a nerve, And people don't think about it because emotion takes over.
Correct.
Right? And so when emotion takes over, you're blinded and you don't really get to think twice about what you're doing.
Exactly.
That's why it's so easy to buy into Andrew Tate sitting down talking about, oh, get your life together, do this, do that, do this. He's not wrong. He's not saying something wrong. He's giving you thorough advice.
Yes.
Maybe the delivery is off for some people.
Yeah.
Some topics I think it is. Some topics I think he's spot on with the delivery, right? Because some people just need to hear straight up truth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's why it's so easy to buy into, because he's giving you something that taps into your emotional need.
The weaknesses, the emotional needs.
Exactly.
People who depressed, people who got issues with their partners.
There's a lot of them.
Absolutely, and that's how sometimes those people they have this cult behind them, because when you look at this cult, you will notice that they have there's something in common. Therefore, that's why they followed those people.
They're all troubled people.
Troubled people, sometimes people, they just want to have, they want to have legacy, but they don't know how to do it. So they try to copy other people as well, how they create this legacy. But they all, I think, they have the same purpose, and they would have lots of things in common between them.
Do you think it's so bad to copy someone else if you want to have your own legacy?
It's not so bad. I think if you think there's someone good and they added value to humanity, why not to copy them and add your vision on it? So it's sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's good successful leaders, successful business people. It's good to learn how they got to this point and how they impacted the humanity, for example. Copy them. Nothing wrong with it. And add your own spices on it as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Doesn't that make you who you are? Because if you copy one person, you're just a copycat. But if you copy multiple people, you're doing research.
Yeah, well, the thing is, as I mentioned, just add your own spices, add your own culture on it. You don't have to copy 100%, but at least learn from what they've done and do it in your own way. And again, it depends on your field. Who's your hero, who's your model. It's good in life. It's good to have a model.
Yeah.
Someone that you think, even you think he could be your mentor. You want to become like this person, for example, and just follow their steps. Change where you think you need to change to suit your, to suit the country you live in, to suit the culture, to suit your industry, and adjust and according to this, nothing wrong. And again, if you have really something unique and you come up with something really different, yes, you create your own version as well. It doesn't have, you don't have to copy people. Again, it depends. Yeah.
Who was that for you? Actually, just before you continue, I'll get this mic closer to you, a little bit lower, because I can't see your lips.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna have a conversation, also, I think you're on number 2, right?
Yeah.
Number 2. I'll just amp it down. So who was it for you, Sharaf?
Who was it for me? I can't say a specific person, but I guess the first person I can start with is my father as well. I learned a lot from my father, being a lawyer and growing up in Jordan. Too many people coming and going to our house all the time, and I learned from his wisdom and his what he's gone through in life as well. So I would say he's the first person would be a model for me. But then as we grew up, as I moved to Australia, and as we think of our purpose, you would start learning for people you think who's gone to the same journey, successful people, entrepreneurs, people successful in business, people who have a good impact on humanity. So I guess I would say I've learned from many people. There's no particular model, but definitely, I listen to podcasts like that, and I just learn from the wisdom of those people who talk about different things and different topics. And if something I think this resonates, want to dig deeper and see what this person been doing in this particular industry or this particular topic.
Mm.
I guess, the world is open, and we live in a
For sure.
global village, and you can have more than one model. Absolutely.
Dude, the world is so big, but the links are so close together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with social media today.
Absolutely.
You can connect to like 100 people in the USA if you're living all the way in Australia. That wouldn't have been possible back then.
Absolutely.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. It's so fascinating that you could just sit down and say 1,000 people in America would view your video, 1 million people in Australia would view your podcast or something like that.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's the world is accelerating. So we are into an exponential era. So things are doubling quickly. 2, 4, 8, 16.
Do you think it's
32.
going for better or for worse, accelerating?
I think it depends how we gonna receive this and how we gonna treat it. In terms of, especially with technology. I'm a bit optimistic about the future. If we make sure we are now doing the right thing, so the future, we will have the future we want. So it's important now we plant a good seeds. So when things become, we talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about how the world is being connected and all the things changing in the world. It's what we feed the world now, we will see in the next few years. I'm optimistic about the future. I guess if you learn from history as well, we will never stop in one point and there's no change. We keep evolving. People, it's fine if people are worried about the future. I'm scared. What if AI gonna take our jobs? What if, 100 years ago, before we had cars, people got worried. Where are we gonna park the horses?
Yeah.
But now we all drive cars. There's no horses. You know what I mean? So I guess as a humans, we will adapt to change. It might take some time, but eventually it's gonna happen. We either like it or not.
Some people, they're actually convinced that older civilizations were more advanced than us. Like the Egyptians, the Mesopotamians. You know how people usually think that we're the most advanced, and then in the future we're gonna get more advanced. Some people actually convinced those people were actually at the top of their advancement level.
Yeah, I think different empires or different eras, they have their own technicality and they have their own culture, and
it's different technology.
It's just different.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who built the Great Wall of China or Petra of Jordan, or they just had a different era. Yeah.
No, I was waiting for the Giza pyramids or Petra.
Yeah. Well, I'm Jordanian, so I have to be biased.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I'm going this December.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, but fingers crossed I go Petra.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah, it's something different in the architecture over there. It's beautiful.
Was that the pinnacle of technical advancement in Jordan?
Yeah, I think it's
architectural advancement.
Yeah, it was, and I guess the way it was built is just fascinating. The engineering they had, the way they thought about it.
But what is it? What is it? El Petra? What was it meant to be?
It's Nabateans. It's the people who lived there 3,000 years ago. Those people, they were traders, and they had their own kingdom. I guess they were good in art and architecture. Therefore, that's where I think the way they thought how to build Petra, and the way it's fascinating how they thought they're gonna dig a city in the rocks and build it in a way that it does show it was a great kingdom before. It just there's just a lot of YouTube videos and information you can watch how they built it. It's a little bit complex to explain sometimes, but it's different era, different engineering, different technicalities, different mindset.
You think they would have been a little bit harsher on people back then?
Different life. I imagine it's harsh. Yes, absolutely. It's not an easy thing to do and build within the circumstances. You talk about 3,000 years plus minus. Definitely harsh atmosphere.
What about emotions? Do you think they handled it well? Do you think they had Twitter back then?
It's interesting. It's how people handled emotions back then. Were they considerate? Like, would they consider other people's emotions? This person is depressed. We can't get him to do this, or you push people to do things. It's interesting, but I think now we have more awareness about people's emotions than before, but you never know. Maybe before they have a different system of dealing with this.
Sure, they would have.
Yeah, sure. They would. Yeah. But I don't know how different than what we have now.
I say that is because in the tablet of Hammurabi, there's a lot of consideration for human emotion.
Yeah,
a lot.
Okay,
right, and it's not just human emotion, it's the moral judgment. So say, for example, if you kidnap someone's kid, you can legally be executed. It's capital punishment for kidnapping someone's kid. And so they've obviously weighted the emotional trauma that you would cause for someone if you end up kidnapping or harming their kid. And they value it so high up to the point where the punishment for doing such deed is capital punishment.
Right.
And so they were a little bit extreme with it, but they obviously, weighted it a little bit differently.
There you go. It's again, different era would have a different way of treating emotions and everything else.
But what was the Petra's building for? The one that people visit? Is that like a
treasury? They call it. It's the treasury building.
Treasury building.
Yeah, it's like treasure. They said they used to hide treasure, and I guess because of that, if you go and visit it, you will see some bullets. People they tried to shoot and find the treasure, but they didn't find anything. So apparently there's no treasure. But
didn't Indiana Jones find it in one of the movies?
That's right.
She shot him.
Yeah, the Indiana Jones movie. Exactly. In the movie, yes, they found it.
Well, you can go inside, right?
You can. You go inside.
I've never been because I lived in Jordan for 2 years.
Okay. Right. Okay. Interesting.
Right. Now you're not.
Good.
Yeah, I lived in Jordan for 2 years. It was amazing.
Okay.
Because I'm a first-generation refugee.
And
so when you leave Iraq, you either go Turkey, Syria, Jordan, or Lebanon.
That's right.
For us, it was Jordan.
Okay.
Amman.
Good. Amman.
It's beautiful. Man.
It's my favorite.
It's beautiful. So good. So nice. The people are nice. The weather is nice.
Exactly.
The suburbs. Amazing. The way they kept the originality, the original sense of the Arabian suburbs to it is amazing. You don't find that everywhere.
No.
If you go, say, for example, Baghdad, it's developed a little bit. And so unless you go Mutanabbi, Bab al-Sharji, those are really old ethnic places. You don't really get the sense of the Arabian Sham, type of feeling.
Gotcha.
Right? But Jordan has it. Syria has it too. But Jordan has it differently. So if you go Wast al-Balad, you go those places, you get the whole history of the place.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. And the food is amazing.
Amman is a beautiful city.
Kind of puts a tear in my eye. There is no one here making good kunafa.
Exactly. Good kunafa and good shawarma. I couldn't find good shawarma.
I swear to God, what is it with you guys? You guys make top-notch shawarma.
Like wherever you walk in Jordan, and in the same street, you would see 3 or 4 shawarma, restaurants.
And they're all as good as the other one.
Absolutely, it's amazing. So that's the first thing. That's why, when I go and visit my family in Jordan, I would tell them, don't cook for me. I just want to eat shawarma. Mom gets upset. Why? I've been spending a couple of days, cooking for you, coming all the way from Australia, and you want to eat shawarma now?
That would make her upset, wouldn't it? They get upset easy if you tell them you're eating from outside.
It's
like, It's like there's wood here. Why are you eating from outside?
Exactly.
It's different.
Exactly. They prefer to eat. Yeah, my parents, they don't like to eat outside, so that's where, and I grew up. I love junk food, and that's where I want to get my Mac's. You eat your rice and meat.
So good, man. Especially when you get like the street food in the ethnic like Arabian places.
Yeah,
you get that because they put it in that cardboard box. Have you seen it? The white one, the fill-in one.
The
what is it called? The white takeaway box.
The mensaf, takeaway mensaf.
No.
You mean?
Say for example, a shawarma, right? They cut it up.
Yeah, gotcha. Shawarma.
Right.
Arabic shawarma. Arabic shawarma. Yeah. They call it Arabic shawarma.
You know sandwich. Exactly what you're in for. You're gonna open the box. You're gonna see thumia right here. You're gonna see a little capsicum.
The garlic, the chips.
You just know what you're in for. I'm just getting hungry thinking about it.
Maybe I go hungry. Maybe after this we can have shawarma somewhere. We'll try to find it.
Obviously,
there's some couple of places, but
there's good places, but not as good as that. Not as good as that. That's what I'm looking forward in December.
Yeah,
I'm going there.
Good for how long?
What? Now this is where it gets interesting because my mom wants to stay for 1 month.
Right.
And I think 1 month is too long.
Okay.
So if we land, say, around December 20th, she wants to stay there until like 31st of January.
Okay.
But that's partly because she hasn't seen her sisters and her siblings in like 3-4 years.
Okay.
No, actually more like 6-7 years, which I can understand. But also 1 month in Jordan with family is a little bit too much. Right.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of pivoting, like I told her, you can go. Because she wants to like do her teeth and whatnot. I'll go ahead, 2 birds, 1 stone. Yeah. I said maybe I'll go to Giza.
Yeah, the good thing about the location of Jordan is just in the middle. In the middle. 1 hour to Egypt, a couple of hours to Greece.
So 1 hour to Egypt?
Yeah, 1 hour flight.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's like even closer than flying from Melbourne to Sydney. You know what I mean?
Lord.
It's that's the beauty about like when I see on social media, when I watch my friends all the time, they're traveling to Europe, they're going there, here and there, and in Australia, you have to plan it months before, because bloody take you a couple of days to if you want to go to the Middle East, for example, and fly from here. It's just we far away from everything, and that's the beauty of the Middle East.
Yes,
it's just quickly.
It's in the middle of everything.
Absolutely,
it's literally the Middle East.
Absolutely.
Right, and if you want to go somewhere to like Africa, 1 flight. Dubai.
Exactly.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Europe. But she wanted to go visit what's it called? Palestine.
Yeah.
She wanted to go visit the Holy Grave.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Kind of a goal. It's kind of a long dream of her. That's why when I was suggesting, because I wanted to go to Baghdad, and she was like, "No way, you're not going," right? Because of the whole situation. She's like, "You're not going." I was like, "We'll see, right?"
See how it goes. I think Baghdad is fine and safe now.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, there's a few situations happening with Basra.
Okay.
It's a long story because Basra has this. What is it, Mina in English? A place where ships park and whatnot. What do they call it?
The port?
A port, yes.
Yeah.
It's called Qasr.
Yeah.
And so Qasr is a Iraqi Mina. It's an Iraqi port.
Right. Yes.
Right. But there's a little conflict between Kuwait and Iraq where Kuwait just want to take over. And they're like, we're going to take it. Like,
right.
That's not how it works, does it, guys? Right?
Okay.
And so right now it's a little bit of fire between two sides.
Okay.
And it all drags back to like 20 years.
I think there's a history behind it. Yeah.
There's a big history behind it.
But I guess Baghdad is a little bit.
Baghdad is a little bit far away. It's a little bit far away.
Yeah.
But Iraq is so small to the point where if something happens in one city, all the cities are going to feel it.
They get,
Yeah, all the cities are going to feel it. And if it's something that's so patriotic to them, to the point where like, oh, you're taking our land, Baghdad is going to be empty in a second.
Yeah, okay.
No one's going to be there. They're all going down south.
Yeah.
And they've already done that. They've already lined up to protect the land.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't been following a lot of politics lately, just but it's very interesting what's happening there. I guess Iraq is it's one of the oldest cultures in the world, and for me to see what happened in the last 20 years and 30 years, it's makes us sad. It's such a great country with a great culture, scientists. I did my bachelor degree in computer information systems in Jordan. Most of my people who taught me and professors, they're from Iraq. So I learned a lot from those people, and you can see, you know, the how much Iraqis love education and science and innovation. And it's sad to see what happened now. You know, people are scattered now all around the world. In a country where they have a oil reserved, and it's a rich country if that can be utilized in a wise way.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
The country is drained right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
It's very drained.
No
It's
more
like-
oil. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not enough
It's
to sustain something.
been
healthy.
taken.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
There you go.
it's basic politics.
Yeah.
Weak country, big country. You know, with slap we take. It's exactly what happened here with the Aborigines. It's exactly what happened.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Afghanistan at some point.
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
Big countries come take over. You gotta succumb to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I understand it. Like it's been happening through history all the time. Columbus
with power, with
Napoleon.
yeah.
Yeah, even with Hitler, Jesus, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it's just how politics work.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're weaker, you get beaten.
Yes.
But with Iraq,
Mm.
it's not that they were just weaker, military-wise. They also got played,
Yeah.
right? With the whole Saddam Hussein, and you
Yeah.
have mass destruction weapons, and then turns out he didn't have mass destruction weapons,
No.
right? And so it's like it's politics, right? You play your cards right, and you know you lie enough to manipulate people and make your way.
Absolutely.
It's politics.
Absolutely.
It's literally what it is.
Yeah.
Who's a better liar? Who's a better talker?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I guess with politics, you don't know what's right and what's wrong, especially if you are an average human being who's not too involved in politics. Some people, they just get driven and they believe. But there's always agenda with politics. And I guess lots of agenda is economical agendas as well. And power and controlling. So that's how, you know, if you have, if there's an global power, they want to keep this power. And to keep this power, they have to keep expanding and controlling. That's what happens, you know. Unfortunately, other countries, they fell into this trap, and they become victims to those global powers.
And they can't fight back. And even if they do, they're losing.
No.
Right?
No.
You're already circled.
Yeah.
They've already made this scheme against you, and if you haven't really succumb to it, you lose. And you can argue that if you cooperate, you'll be better off. It's just that you might lose a little dignity on the way. And moving on 5, 10, 50 years into time, no one's going to care about that. And I would say that's what happened with places like Emirates and Dubai. They didn't really lose dignity, but they made the right decision. It's like, hey guys, we can help you out if you give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
They made a deal, and it was a good deal. And look at Dubai today; it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Exactly. You know, I think they are very smart people.
They are.
You know, the Dubai, Abu Dhabi. You know, the system is very smart. They planned it well. They utilized the income from the oil, and they built a great countries. You know, and they still have a good future to come, because they have a proper plan.
They do.
They plan for 20, 30 years and even 50 years. And they stick to the plan, and they're very strict to the plan. And that's where you see a renaissance now in these countries. People advance. You know, you look at the technology in Dubai, it's beautiful. I listen to people from the US who travel to Dubai, then go back to the US, they say, I feel like I live in a third world country. They talk about the US, you know what I mean? So once they live and experience the Dubai and Emirates life, they can tell it's so advanced and systematic, well organized. It's beautiful. You can do everything quickly. And that's where they start comparing. So if the US, they look at the US now as a third world country, you know, which is the first world country. Developed. What's Dubai then?
Oh, Dubai
it's above developed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
But
that's
is US First or second world country?
No, it's a first, definitely.
Is it?
The Western world is a first world country.
No, I think
Yeah.
US doesn't enlist as a first world country.
Maybe now they,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
things
which
are changing.
It's
you know.
weird. It's the ranking system wise, they're not a first world country.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah.
I think.
You know, if you know the Standard and Poor's, this is the international economical rating system. I believe they've gone down from AAA to AA plus. I think so.
They have a lot of corruption.
Yeah. They would.
It's
you know,
too big to control.
It's huge.
It's huge. Yeah.
You know, you're talking about more than 350
Every state
million
is a country,
people.
basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has its own laws.
There's a lot of disagreements. You know, there's division now in the U.S. You can see, and there's the wealth gaps you can see. You can see a lot of people on the street, and at the same time, you will see people with billions and billions of money.
Yeah.
So there's a gap in the wealth there.
I think what fascinates me the most, the way they talk about it, when they wanna switch states, right?
Yeah.
And so you've heard someone always in America, and he goes, "Well, I switched from New York to Florida, or I went from Texas to California." They talk about like they're switching countries.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
If you go to a different state, there's 100% difference in
Different
rules.
culture.
It's like 180 degrees switch.
Exactly.
Different culture, different people, different mindset, different benefits, different cons, different pros.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it so popular the way it is right now, because anyone can go and find their place in America because it offers so much.
Absolutely. I think that goes back to the also different colonies as well in the American states. You know, you've got you've got the British, then the European settlement, then you know all the and you've got the Civil War. You had there. I guess also, you know, the demography is different, and the geography of the United States so different. You know,
it is.
The West is from the East, North from the South as well. The South is close to Mexico, and you see people got this a culture where it's closer to the Mexicans. You go north is a different geography. So it's very diverse.
Oh, yeah,
very
for sure,
diverse.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'll just do one thing real quick, because I've made the grave mistake of wearing a white shirt today. And with white shirt, I have to like hit the balance quick, because I'm looking at myself right now and I'm seeing an angel, right? So I'll just be real quick. Give me one second.
Good attention to details.
Oh yeah.
You should install some AI system there where it can and on the camera. We will get to this point where it can recognize that something needs to be fixed and will adjust it according to the lights by itself.
Is it not already doing that?
I think so.
Some cameras do that.
Yeah.
I think we'll get to a crazier point than this, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. With
But how far can we get with cameras, with AI?
Well, if we talk about AI and cameras, you have to talk about AI and the production and filming industry. I think Hollywood will be disrupted.
So
it will get yeah, because now you can create a movie in a few days.
Yeah.
You don't need actors. You don't need a story to write. You don't need the whole production equipment. You just ask, you put your prompt with AI, and I want to create a movie. The story, the high level story is maybe about this particular topic.
What if that's unnecessary anymore? Just having someone to create a prompt. What if it's all automated? Get to a level where it's a fully automated AI movie, from prompt to camera work to actors, to scenes to directing.
As I mentioned before, we are in exponential era. So I guess in the last 20 years, we had something, we call it narrow artificial intelligence. And from the narrow artificial intelligence, we will be moving to something called AGI, artificial general intelligence, which is as smart as humans. AI would have the same reasoning as humans and awareness.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, it's like how are you talking to me right now? You can start a conversation with AI and you will hear the answer.
Yeah, but we can already do that. To what extent does it include emotion? At what point does it include emotion? Like me and you right now, when we were talking about Jordan and shawarma, there's an emotion connected to it.
Absolutely.
Right, because we both lived it.
Yeah.
Do you think they can replicate something like that?
I think the system will be fed to show emotions based on how you're gonna teach the system as well, with something that would trigger emotions in the model. So they again it's what and how you're gonna feed the system. The system is getting smarter and smarter. Definitely nothing will be like human emotions, but the system is getting smarter and getting better every day, where we're gonna get into a point you will be confused, am I speaking to human or AI? As I was saying, we going to this maybe in the next 5 years or 7 years, we will hit this point where AI is amazing and scary at the same time if we don't control it. Then after this, we're gonna hit something called the singularity point, where AI is gonna be super intelligent and it will start becoming more powerful than humans. And I guess that's where we need to make sure there's ethics in place. There is a appropriate data sets where we feed the systems, so it doesn't go out of control and it doesn't fall into the hands of the bad people. And I guess we have to be proactive, not just reactive, in terms of having regulations and policies in place for AI.
What's the hands of bad people?
What's the hands? Imagine they can just install a model and they would have access to the backend of OpenAI, GPT, and they can utilize it for providing answers and instructions, and they can learn a lot of things that could cause harm to people. They can build bad things based on this. Imagine someone has a huge information, and this information it's not only you don't have to search to build something based on this information. In a small sentence, small prompt, you can get an answer for anything you want to make, and that's where it becomes scary. While the current models now, they limit them not to give you any answer you want, okay? Especially if you're gonna do something unethical or that could cause harm to people. So that's where they are controlling the models, that they would say, okay, I'm sorry, I'm only trained to give you an answer within like the context of AI or about certain topics, but they wouldn't let these models give you anything you want. That's where I guess it becomes scary, to learn things that could cause harm to people. So I guess with AI, it's now how we feed the systems, how we teach the systems. It's like your kid now. So something is happening. We can't neglect that it's not going to be part of our lives, because it's like your kid. It's how you're going to raise your kid, what you're going to feed them. If you are upset from your kid, you can't just switch your kid off and he's gone. It's there, but you have to teach them, about ethics, about the world, about etiquette, about different things. So I guess we have to treat AI the same. We have to raise a good AI, ethical AI, understand the different cultures. It's not as biased as well. And you can't just shut it down. It's happening.
But what if the AI grows up? What if it grows up like a kid and he becomes 18 and now he wants to make his own decisions? Isn't that a risk as well?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get to a point where AI is just sick of people?
Yeah, that could happen. Absolutely could happen. Yeah, definitely. As you feed the AI is learning from you, okay? Then once you've got all the information in the internet in the world being fed, So the AI will start creating its own information. It will become like, if you want to write an article now, you can write it. If you have the knowledge and the experience, you could write an article without doing any Google search, right? So we will get into points where AI, it will start innovating and learning by itself. And that's where we say it's a super intelligent AI that can take its own decisions. That's where it comes back to the information you feed the AI now. Because now we are in the foundation stage. So you have to have a good foundation for AI where it doesn't have harmful information, or AI that can tell the difference between bad and good and take decisions based on this as well. It's like you have a good human being. Someone would take a logical, good decisions that don't cause harm to people. So that's how I guess we need to feed AI and the systems. Now in the world, as humans, there's good people, there's bad people, there's criminals, there's innovators, there is doctors, there is, everything. So again, it's AI could go anywhere if we don't raise a good systems.
But how original can they be? How original can an AI become?
How original, you mean AI that...
To the point where it's not replicating anything. It's just its own database, its own consciousness, its own decision, its own mind.
That's where, again...
Is that something possible?
Yes, this is possible.
How possible?
It's highly possible.
Right now?
Not right now, no. AI now is, I would say it's like 2G, 2 or 3G iPhone. Yeah? It's not perfect, but it's advancing.
Okay.
And now it's becoming like a race. OpenAI started this. So they cracked the code of AI, and other companies followed now. Like, you've got Google Bard, you've got Facebook, Llama, you've got, companies, they started to create their own AI foundations. And now it's becoming like a race. Who's going to be faster? Who's going to have the best model? Who's going to be the best technology?
Most controversial.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. You will see a different AI models,
something that turns heads.
And at the same time, I guess communities and governments, they are a little bit unsure now how they're gonna regulate this. Same as social media when it started. You could say anything, you could say the worst things on social media and nothing can be monitored. But now there's more monitoring, control on they will pick the words you're typing. But that was an reactive approach after too many issues happened, and lots of things affected people. Government and policymakers decided, okay, no, we have to put regulations in place. I guess AI is more dangerous than social media if we are not proactive and we make sure we have the appropriate regulations to add and grow these regulations as AI advancing. Yeah, so we either survive or we all gone, because of AI.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Part of that is because I've been so immersed into the whole cyber world type of utopia, dystopia environments recently, because I read and I play, right? And I ask around. I've been playing this game called Cyberpunk for a while. It's basically and the title is Cyberpunk 2077. and it's about a dystopia type city. It's called My City. And it's a city where everyone is so advanced to the point where you see people and robots, they're the same. Like you can have a prosthetic arm and it does wonders and things come out of it. And everyone is microchipped, and you can scan someone and you get their whole details because they have a chip in their brain as well where they can scan you and they get your details. And you're basically like half human, half machine type of universe. And the universe is so grounded in a way where it doesn't make you feel like it's just another sci-fi game, because it's realistic to the point where they don't have like flying cars. Like the cars in 2077 is still like on the floor. It's like still on the ground, but it's more electric.
Yes.
People are still going on about their lives, but they're just more like prosthetics and whatnot right now. So they get implants and whatnot, which is like, it's not totally far away. Like even today, 2023, like it's not weird to see someone have a prosthetic arm. It's not weird at all.
No.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's not totally strange to see someone with like a replica leg. People are getting more used to it. And now we're 50 years away from 2077. So in 50 years, it could be the new norm. Like someone like would even go out of their way to get a prosthetic arm just for enhancement, because it's better than their own arm. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at our devices, mobile phones. They are extension of us as well. So if you leave your home and you forget your mobile, you will get anxious. You will come back and take your mobile, then continue with your day, right? Imagine you just forget your mobile and you go on a couple of days trip, and I'm sure you will just cut your trip and come back and take your mobile. So I guess mobile is as an indication of other technology we will have as an extension of us as well as we advance. Could be a chip, implanted in your cortex.
Isn't that what Elon was trying to do?
That's right, which is it's now, they experiment this on a monkey and it worked. Okay.
How good did it work though?
It's still, again, it's in the early stages. But these technologies are evolving and advancing. They will try them on a brain, and then I guess now they're gonna try them for medical reasons as well. But I guess we will get into a point where something will be attached to your head that maybe as a backup of your thoughts and your memory. Can be on the cloud somewhere, but we have to make sure it's not being hacked.
This is crazy. You just described the main plot of the game.
Yeah, right. Okay, interesting. There you go. I don't play games, but
that's the main plot. It's literally a merc going to steal a chip, a memory card. And because they get busted, he's trying to like hide it away. He hides it in his brain, and this chip has the core memory of a terrorist. And because the chip gets fried, him and the terrorist now live in the same body. Right. And so he starts seeing him and talking to him. He's just a memory. He's an engram. Right. And it's played by Keanu Reeves. He does such a good job at it.
Absolutely.
Right. And he's talking to him. It's just an engram.
Exactly. I guess even if you watch some 50s, 60s, and retro movies, they're talking about what we're doing now.
Blade Runner.
You will see. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, there's a futurist called Ray Kurzweil as well. So he's been predicting how technology gonna evolve, and I would say he got like 85 to 90% of his predictions right. If you look him up, Ray Kurzweil.
50s.
He's, I think since the 60s he started.
They were way ahead of their time in the 60s. Way ahead of their time. Even with Philip K. Dick, he's the same. I was reading his book. I can't shut up about his book. Because I've been reading it so recently. It's called The Android's Dream of Electric Sheep.
Okay, right.
It's inspired the movie Blade Runner. Philip K. Dick was born in 1926.
Okay.
Right? And he wrote this book in the 60s. He's talking about our time right now, like the 2000s. And he's got it so accurate. So accurate.
Absolutely.
And even with when we were talking right now about how realistic can an AI be, it gets to the point where government is trying to police it, right? And like when you were talking about how governments are going to have to get involved, this is what the plot is about. Like governments are getting involved to pay bounty hunters to track down those escaping AIs.
It's amazing how you you can see people 100 years ago predicting the future. They had a vision, and I guess those people, they also understand history very well.
Oh yeah.
And I think from history, you can predict the future as well. They would have a vision, and many people, they got it right, which is amazing, how they accurately predicted what's going to happen. Amazing what's going to happen in the next few years as well, if we become multiplanetary, like if we're going to live in Mars or different planets. If we're going to go, it's like you're flying from Australia to the US, you just go to the moon, or you go to Mars.
It's a quick trip.
On a quick trip.
Dude, I have to give you this book. I have to. You're just describing the plot right now. You will love it. I'll give you the book after.
Okay, yeah, I would love.
Yeah, I don't have it on me right now. Should have bought it.
No, I will. I like to buy books. Yeah, I will look up the name and.
It's also short as well. It's like 21 chapters.
Okay, yeah. No, I would love to read it.
Yeah, I'm getting to the end right now. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I was planning on getting like the machine that they use, because it's called a void camp test.
Yes.
And he puts like up a machine and he puts it through your eye and he runs a few tests. In the movie it's played by Harrison Ford.
Yeah, right? Okay.
The test is just to test if you're a human or a machine, and they put the suspect through the machine, and they put the thing on the eye, and he runs that or him through questions.
Yeah.
And the questions are like a little bit, questionable. Questionable. Like they're morally challenging.
Yeah. Okay.
And so if I was sitting with you right now and I put the machine on your eye, if I get a reaction out of you from what I asked, from your reaction, I can decide whether you're human or not. And so one of the questions was, he was asking this Rachel girl about how, well, it's a few prompts, right? He gives her like a list of questions. The deciding question was, he presented her with a scenario, and she sat down like just me and you right now, same distance.
Yeah.
And he put the machine up and he put up his paper, and it's very intense, right? Because the scene is very deciding for him, because he actually likes this girl, right? But he wants to know if she's a AI or not, because the company brought him to test her.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to really know, but he's still doing it. And the question goes as follows. He gives her the prompt, and the prompt is, you come back home and you see your husband with another woman. He looks up, no reaction. He continues. He notes it down. He jots it down. He goes, something, 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 and your husband lashes out at you, and you decide to tear down the portrait of the naked woman he has on his wall. He looks up, no reaction, right? So he's getting to the realization that something is not right.
Yeah.
And then he gives us something else, which is about a drink, like it's something silly, right? And he continues with the prompt, and he goes, something, something, something. You make him your least favorite drink to take punishment. He looks up. She's got a reaction, but she got a reaction to the wrong thing. And then he wraps up and he goes, there's no way. You're not real, right?
Yeah.
But she argues against it. She argues and she says, no, I am, but your test is just broken.
Yeah.
And then she walks out of the room and he talks to her uncle. And her uncle actually reveals that she doesn't even know she's an AI. Right?
Interesting.
She doesn't know.
Interesting.
She thinks that she's human.
Yeah.
But they put a memory in her of a human.
That's okay.
They programmed her in a way where your name is Rachel Rosen.
Yeah.
I'm your uncle. You're a secretary at Rosen Corporations. You've been born XYZ. You lived XYZ. This is your parents, or your parents don't exist. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And she believes thoroughly that she's a human. And they live among human, believing they're human, and people don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we could get to this point by feeding the systems, information.
Exactly, feeding the system.
Yeah. It's what you feed the system. It's the diet program you have for AI. It's you are what is what you eat.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a matter of wait and see what's going to happen. But I believe, when you watch these movies and read the stories, they literally predicted the future.
100%.
And not only that, I guess some of those entrepreneurs who are building the future, they also they are inspired by these movies to create what the messages the movies been, broadcasting as well.
So they're affected.
Yeah, absolutely. Some smart people, and if we are at the right time and the right technology, they will think, okay, how about I try to do this? It was in this movie, and there's some aspect of this as well happening. But it's we live in a very interesting time. I think it's an exciting time because we are building the future right now, and I think it's our responsibility to make sure we're building a good future for the next generation.
Are you a believer in life imitates art?
In?
Life imitates art.
Life imitates art. Yeah, I mean, again, it depends. It depends. Life, it depends what you go through in life and how you're gonna build the future. How you're gonna envision the future. It depends. But I guess it comes back to our responsibility, how we want the future to be. Right now we're establishing a company that would provide AI as a service as well, to help developing apps like AI student assistant, teacher assistant.
Nice.
We thought that it's the right time to do something like that right now. And again, the technology is not perfect yet, but we will see how it goes with what's going to happen. With these things. So
this is your second company?
Yes.
Okay.
Second company. Yeah, keeping myself busy.
Did you think about a name, or?
Yeah, I call it it's established. Yeah, it's called XponAI. So XponAI.
Why?
It's exponential artificial intelligence. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I always want to do this long time ago, but we did not have access to the technology yet.
Okay.
So I managed to get access to OpenAI platform in 2020, before anyone knew about ChatGPT and OpenAI. So through application at the time I submitted, it took them a few months to respond and give us access so we can experiment on their playground and see how we can utilize their APIs to use their technology to create chatbots and other apps as well. Now is the right time to do it, since it became more, they commercialized it. At the time, it was more about research.
Okay.
So we've been experimenting this for the last 3 years, and based on this, I decided, okay, it's the right time to start something, and execute a little bit of the vision we had.
Yeah.
And see how it goes. As we experiment. It's all trial and error. It's not perfect, as I mentioned. We are still in the early stages. Even OpenAI, GPT-4, and maybe in a few months we will see GPT-5 as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought about the name for a long time, and I thought that maybe could be a good fit for the vision of the company, as things evolving extremely fast.
Dude, as long as you included the letter X, yeah, I think it's getting to the point where anything expand,
exactly,
it just gives you that futuristic sense.
Yeah. Well, I've got the name. The company's registered 3 years ago. I got the name before Elon Musk decided to change Twitter to X. Just to let you know.
I don't know about that.
So I didn't copy his X. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's already taken down. They took down the X from the headquarters. Yeah. He kind of backtracked.
Right. Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know about the whole brand change, because if you're gonna do such a brand change like that, I'm not a big expert on it, right? But I think the way it happened was so sudden to people. It's a bit ballsy.
Yeah.
He probably knows
There's
what
something, or with Elon Musk, there's always something behind what he does.
Yeah.
I guess we just need to wait and see what's behind it. You know, he's weirdly smart, okay, and he had a vision, and his vision is not, you know, his vision is 50 years and 100 years from now. So this guy got something about, you know, with this, and we will see. We have to wait and see if it's gonna be successful or not. And yeah, it's just an interesting. So I guess he wants to make everything app.
Yeah,
not only
I read
Twitter.
about that. Yeah, so it's like a
You know, financial system and all this stuff, and
it's a base for everything.
Yeah, he has a plan. He got the money to execute it.
And X is such a fitting ladder for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's everything and nothing.
Exactly. So it can be anything. Yeah. But yeah, that, you know, with the company name, I guess X thought, you know, it's a shortcut for exponential. And AI is artificial intelligence. So that, I guess, will keep me busy for the next, I don't know.
It's your second company now.
Yeah.
For the people that are listening that don't know, Sharaf has already got one company under his belt. And it's called Skills Leap Australia. Did I get it right?
That's right.
Introduce it. Tell us about Skills Leap, man. What about
it? Well, Skills Leap Australia, I guess it's education technology and e-learning solutions company. I've been preparing to establish this company, I guess, since 2015. I've been working towards this. I guess when COVID hit, I rebranded. So I had previously my own consulting, you know, work. But when COVID hit, I started to receive a lot of phone calls and emails from people. We need help. We want to move online. What we should do. Okay. So all the time. And I decided to focus on this and rebrand the company. So it's Skills Leap Australia. I started by helping people, you know, implementing learning management systems so they can have all their resources, materials online. We guided them through the process, how to teach online, make sure how to, you know, how they make the content animated and interactive, how to make the journey streamlined for the students, not just quickly uploading PDF or PowerPoint slides and jump in and you know, you can read the slides there. It's more than this. It's having the right technology, having the appropriate user experience, and also having the appropriate guidance for the students, how to study on their own, when you need to support them, teach people how to use and utilize technology. So I guess there was lots of demand during COVID, and that's where I guess the company started to grow, to help and you know, TAFEs, universities and individuals to quickly jump online. So there's no distraction from what you're doing. Build something fun for people, build a good system that can scale up and, you know, accommodate courses and, you know, move on with what you do.
So people came at you with the problems and you provide a solution.
It's yeah. I guess it was even a panic, not only a problem during COVID, because it was a huge panic. People suddenly they couldn't teach. Suddenly they couldn't go to the classrooms.
That was a weird time.
Absolutely,
Very weird
absolutely,
time.
and
dystopian.
Yeah. So it was extremely weird. Yeah. And that's how we grew the company, and because of my interest in technology and AI, I thought, you know, I would get Skills Leap Australia to focus on the education side and education technology, and get a different company specialized in artificial intelligence in different industries.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So that's how things evolved, you know.
But it's kind of poetic the way it was born. It was born in chaos.
Yeah, well, there's always opportunities in chaos, right? And I guess also it's the feeling you get when you help people, when you see that you solve problems. I think it's fulfilling, you know. It's, you feel that you have impact on people and businesses, and you help them to step from the chaotic COVID thing and the anxiety and the panic they've gone through to more steady, streamlined, and more calm, you know, atmosphere. I think that's give us a good, you know, feeling to see this as well, and impact on other people. Yeah,
a lot of people got screwed over that time.
Absolutely. Different industries, you know,
small
businesses got impacted.
Businesses.
Absolutely.
So sad.
Absolutely.
It was
you
very
know,
sad.
yeah.
You gotta feel for the people that worked hard for their businesses, and it just got shut down just like that.
Exactly.
And they had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, retails, restaurants, you know.
Like busting your ass for 50, 30, 40 years to get your business to keep working.
Absolutely. Even businesses more than 100 years.
100 years.
They've gone as well during COVID. So that's where COVID disrupted our lives in a way that if you couldn't, if you didn't have the ability to adapt quickly and change, because there's huge changes, you're just gonna miss the train. And I guess, you know, it's one of those eras where we just got disrupted from just, you know, natural disruption, not human disruption like AI, where we created something is now disrupting.
Well, people think it's both. Fairly so.
Yeah, I guess.
Like
we don't know. So there's a lot of theories.
Oh no, not theories for the COVID. It's more like what how the government dealt with it.
Yeah,
this is where people are you know, just outraged at. And it's fair enough. Like, you get 50 years of hard work, and you're putting your blood and soul into this business, and something unnatural happens. Sorry, something you don't know if it's natural or not, but it's sudden and it happens, and then, you know, the government just comes down and tells you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Just because they're higher power. It's unfair. It's sad.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. Right. And sometimes
you gotta feel for these people.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. You know, it's impacted a lot of people, and definitely when there's a higher power,
there's nothing in your hands.
Absolutely, you can't do anything.
If you're told to shut down, if you're labeled as unessential, it's not essential for you. But sorry, it's not essential for government, but it's essential for you. It's what food is. What put food on the table every single day.
Yeah. It has a huge impact. And but I guess in Australia, we are fortunate to have a different, you know, there was some sort of support as well, but not like other countries where people, they just can't afford to stop working for a day. I guess, you know, the government tried to support, but definitely, you know, unfortunate people lost their businesses.
Some people, it's just not enough.
No, absolutely. Yes, we totally agree on this. Right. And, you know, they got impacted, you know, their mental health got impacted, their families, their future.
Yeah, it's not only just about the money, it's about a clientele. Some things are more important than money.
Yeah.
Say, for example, if you run a business, like, say, for example, a restaurant, you care more about your clients coming in and seeing you in person than giving you their money for food. So you build more trust if you actually get to see your client coming in every day for the everyday coffee.
Absolutely.
Over the payment that you would get from the government, right? And I have this 2 or 3, 4 restaurants that I go to every single time that I might go to, because I have a connection with them. If they shut down, like, I'm still gonna pay for the coffee somewhere else, but I lose on the connection between me and them.
Exactly. You know, the quick conversation you would have with the person who's making you the coffee or making you the sandwich.
Yeah.
And this sort of like friendship you
build,
and, you know, someone you got to see every morning, you know, on the way to work, you just pass by, have a coffee, have a quick chat, and that would make your day, in fact. But absolutely, what happened, especially in Melbourne, we were in a big prison for a couple of years. We're not, able to move more than 5 kilometers. Imagine you just can't go for a walk for 1 hour and get back home.
And there were loopholes in the system as well. So like
yeah
me being me, I went out.
Yeah.
Right. And I went out with my friends legally.
Yeah.
Like I was with my friends still.
Yeah.
And we walked around the lake near Craigavon, but
Yeah.
it was labeled as exercise.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
so it's no difference for me being with my friends at home.
Correct.
Is it?
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And eventually you just can't limit strict human freedom.
No.
Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter how much power you have. People, human are free. You want to walk, you want to go. No one can tell you to stop and to do this.
And you can't treat them like they're kids.
No. Exactly. And I guess, I guess it's just all about what you think is logical and reasonable to do as well as a human within the COVID circumstances. We were confused. Like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah.
Is it a joke? Is it someone created this? Is it something just suddenly appeared? And people were confused. If I leave home and get COVID, would I, would that cause harm to me? Would I harm my family? So people were unsure. Some people would say, okay, this is something real. Other people is unreal. So there was a time where it's just too many uncertain things. And eventually people, they just, followed the rules because they don't want to be punished or get fines, as well.
But I think we got tricked. My opinion, my personal opinion, I think we as people, we got lied to and manipulated in a way. Because now people are waking up to the fact that, we weren't told the full truth. We weren't told the whole story. We weren't told the whole thing, right? We were told something that they wanted us to believe so that we can question enough, but not to the point to react to it. And I know for a fact that I was one of those people, right? I would see something on the TV, I'm unsure. I don't know what's going on.
That's right.
I don't know if it's going to kill me. I don't know if it's going to kill my dad.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's going to kill my brother. I don't know if it's going to kill my, my cousins. So I'm going to be as careful to the point where I don't do something stupid, but also I'm questioning.
Absolutely.
But not to the point where I can do something.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I still don't know about it. But now people are going, well, with the whole reports coming out about how it could have been a lab leak and whatnot, they think that they knew back then, but they didn't want to tell people, and how the vaccines now are doing things to the people that are having, some kind of reactions to it, with people having heart attacks. So there's kind of a question mark right now from people, and it's good, so that something that arises soon enough that's similar to this, people are not going to be asleep on it just like they were right now. And they're going to be more questionable about it.
That's right.
And you got to be questionable about it. It doesn't mean you got to do something stupid and go just stand in front of the parliament and go, no, screw the law. That doesn't mean you do that,
absolutely.
Right? But also you have to be questionable enough to the point where you can not abide if you don't fully understand.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yeah. And I guess that, again, as I mentioned before, it comes back to us as a human to critically think and question things as well.
100%.
And we don't have to agree with everything, and at the same time we don't have to disagree. You take these things as bites and think, analyze, and take actions accordingly. And as long as what we do is not totally against the law or it doesn't cause any harm to other people, absolutely. And I feel like during COVID, we were drunk, and now we started to come back, from the hangover. And, it's like, what happened? They just passed quickly. I'm trying to remember what happened, and he questioned everything, the vaccine, he questioned the whole thing happened.
But it's sad the way they kind of pilled people. They kind of just like gave them a little drug. They drugged them a little bit. It's like, you just go to sleep right now for a little bit. It's sad the way it happened.
Exactly. And the thing is, who are those people? Are we talking about government, or are we talking about people behind the government, or government people? They were as confused as us, and therefore they just want to take the appropriate actions as they thought it's the logical way to do it.
Could be all three.
Could be your everything.
Could be all three.
Exactly.
Because there's definitely people that said things that they wouldn't have agreed with.
Yeah.
For sure, a couple of politicians came up on stage and said a few things that they knew were lies, but they had to do it to keep their jobs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am convinced that because I know if I was in a similar situation and this is my main income and I have a family to look after, it's hard to go and say the truth.
Correct.
Because you could be called out for it and then you lose your job and then you have no money.
Exactly.
And this is what happens in hospitals and whatnot.
Correct.
So you get a doctor that tells you that this vaccine and this medication works, even though it could not.
Yeah.
But they have to do it because it keeps their job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not easy to tell the truth.
No, it's tricky. It's tricky sometimes, especially if it comes back to your something that could affect your life and your family and your kids. So you just can't push back sometimes, and you do what you have to do with your job.
And you gotta question the payoff, Sharaf, honestly, because like if you say something that's so abysmal like that, and if you go out as a politician and say, "Oh, the vaccines don't work, people are being lied to, you're being manipulated," they're gonna be labeled as crazy, and people are gonna look at it weird.
Yeah,
especially during that time when everyone was panicking.
Correct.
Right.
You just did something against the
outrageous
norms, that would looks weird.
Yeah, but it's a 50-50. You could like actually get scolded for it, or you could get praised to the point where like, oh, this guy's a genius, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
it's a very thin line.
Yeah,
and it depends on the person and what kind of person they are.
Exactly.
Do you want to take the gamble or not?
Exactly. So it's interesting times, what we've gone through. We've learned a lot though from COVID, and as humans, how we try to survive all the time and adapt and change. It's interesting to see also the chaos in the supermarkets, how people panicked and they just want to.
The whole
toilet paper things.
That was horrible.
Exactly, and why? This is the only thing.
Did you stack?
No. I seriously, anyways, luckily I used to live just around the corner from Coles.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to drive to it. So just
as soon as they open your other door.
I'm not gonna say I didn't panic, but I was cautious, in terms of...
It's a normal human reaction.
Yeah, I was cautious in terms of, just have enough, not to have a stack of...
Yeah, we're not gonna take the whole thing.
Exactly, just have enough, something reasonable,
Yeah.
That will keep you going,
Yeah, but why all of it? That's so stupid out of everything.
Yeah, I know, but you would see people like bloody have trucks of bloody toilet papers. And I'm like, what the heck, man? Well,
everyone's wanna have a clean bum bum.
Exactly. And on the other hand, many people started successful businesses during COVID.
Did.
Yeah. So there's it depends, I guess, how we react to catastrophes in our lives. So we either sit and nag and cry, or we have to take action and do something about it. So that's, I guess, where there's two kind of people, where in fact 3 kind of people. Some people would just start nagging, crying, this and that. Other people just go with the flow and they try to survive and
they adapt,
and other people, they see it as an opportunity as well, and they just create businesses and see where they can add value and how they can help, especially in the health industry.
Yes,
it was booming during COVID. You would see a lot of innovation in the health industry, and restaurants, they just moved online, and luckily we've got Uber Eats and all these apps as well.
I actually know one restaurant that was booming due to COVID.
Yeah.
And it suffered without COVID.
Yeah.
And so when COVID came back, he shut down. Sorry, when COVID went away, he shut down.
Yeah.
Right. It was a burger joint that was so good.
Yeah.
I just wish he's still open.
There you go.
It was so good, right? But like everything was online because he was managing at the kitchen section of his cafe.
Right.
So it was a cafe, and the cafe shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So what he did, he was like, all right, cool. I'm still gonna use the kitchen. What am I gonna use it for? Just me and my chef. Or I think it was just him as well. He'd make the food, ship it out to Uber Eats, people pick it up. But then COVID came back. COVID went away, and the demand kind of dropped down,
Exactly.
and people want the coffee back, and so he had to shut down.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny how how things. But I guess the most important thing is, as a business mindset, you have to think in terms of, okay, there's COVID. You saw some opportunities. You have to make sure you are building a sustainable business model, not just specifically for COVID, something that is gonna last, because we all knew that COVID's not gonna last. At some stage, someone will come up with whatever cure for it and move on. So that's where we should have this. Okay, there's an opportunity, and is it only 1 year or 2 years old business? It's gonna survive during COVID, or you can have something that would add value during COVID, and also it's gonna become sustainable after COVID.
Yeah.
At the same time. So that's where I guess the trick is.
Yeah. Well, I think also Sharaf, part of it was the duration, that how long it was gonna last, that messed with people's head.
Yeah.
They weren't sure, is this something that's going to be for a year?
Correct.
Is this going to be for 5 years? Are we getting a cure?
Yeah.
Are we just going to live with it? And most people were like with the idea that we're just going to live with it. And it turned out that this is what is actually going on. Like till this day, we still have COVID.
Yeah.
But it's just another virus right now.
Correct.
And they treat it like anything else.
Yeah.
And they should, as they should.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what turned out to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. But absolutely. And we've seen a lot of examples during COVID, in a different fronts, how people reacted, how government reacted to this, which industries were booming and what industries were just they've gone collapsed. Especially the transport and the flights industry as well. It was a catastrophe.
It was terrible.
People working in this industry as well.
And then the prices after.
Yeah, the prices after. And also now they can't find enough employees to bring them back to the industry, because those people, they go reskilled and they
pivot to something else.
Exactly, learn different skills and they've gone in a different directions. And that creates a huge gap in this industry. And leaders of this industry thinking, okay, how we can fill this gap. And if you remember when the restrictions are gone and all this stuff, airports were extremely chaotic.
Yeah.
Not enough employees, not enough staff.
Yeah.
And systems went down.
Flights were very expensive too.
Flights were extremely expensive.
Yeah.
And you can see as a consequence what happened.
Yeah.
Not enough people. Until now in Australia, we've been struggling with shortages, skills shortages, not enough people from professional and, white and blue collars. Not enough people working in restaurants, not enough professional jobs. So that impacted the economy as well. Human resources are the most important thing in the economy.
How do you deal with that how do you deal with that in your company? Is that something that you think about still till this day with Skills Leap? Do you still struggle from it?
In terms of skills,
yeah.
I mean, in terms of employing people, I guess lucky we, the way we work is being online. We don't even need office. So we've got programmers, we've got e-learning developers, we've got instructional designers. They all can work online.
A lot of people are doing that.
Yeah, I guess this is one of the advantages that the nature of our business in education technology, that people, they just, as long as you have a laptop, you just...
Didn't the lockdown give birth to that? The whole virtual meeting type of thing?
It's been happening for a few years now, but I guess people got pushed to use it more and
they
more.
Figured out that it could be useful.
Correct. I've been using it for years. again, but people still preferred, or they go to the norms where, okay, let's
Have a meeting.
have a face-to-face meeting in
There's
you know,
rent an office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even now, you know, we don't have office yet. And if I have meetings or, you know, staff meetings, or if we want to meet face to face, I would book one of those offices in the city and just meet the staff and do whatever we need to do during the day. But
isn't that cooler though? That you can change settings and whatnot every single time?
No, it's in fact, again, you know, depends how agile your company is.
Yeah.
So definitely, you know, to be successful, you have to adapt quickly to any change, to any setup. You should quickly manage to work online. You should quickly know how to meet, and you should have a proper plan. Okay, you know, we will meet at this place, and I guess with experience and as you move with the company, you would, by default, deal and treat these things as part of the norm in the business.
Okay.
Being agile these days is one of the most and adaptable, most very important for your business. You have to quickly change, and you have to keep disrupting yourself as well. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the train.
How old is Skills Leap right now?
Officially, it's 3 years. But I was doing this since 2015. You know, when I had a full-time job, then slowly I had a part-time job to do 1 or 2 days.
What was your part-time job?
I started working in the IT, and I felt like I don't like to program. I'm more extroverted and, you know, talking and communicating, all this stuff. So I moved to the education industry.
So you were kind of an introvert?
I'm extrovert.
Always been an extrovert?
Not too extrovert. I would say maybe a little bit in the middle.
Okay.
I've got a little bit of IT and a little bit of, you know. But I think I like to be front office more than back office. And that's where I guess having a full-time jobs and working in different industries helped me to know myself more as well.
Which one do you think is more important though, to be a CEO? To be more of an extrovert? Does it help?
Not really. Elon Musk is introvert. In fact, 95% of the global billionaires, they are introvert.
Really?
Yeah. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, they're all introverted.
How does that work?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What about meetings? What about seeing people?
Well, that's fine. You know, they push themselves, they teach themselves to communicate more. It's nothing. So introvert doesn't mean, or extrovert doesn't mean this is good or this is bad. It's just a human, you know,
it's a way of thinking.
The way you think and where you get your energy from.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Elon Musk is introverted, and look, he's the most successful person on earth right now. I guess as a CEO is what skills you have and what leadership skills you have and how you can contain and control issues and problems and what kind of vision you have for your company. It's a skill set. It's not, you don't have to be good in one thing. I think as a CEO you have to be across multiple parts. You have to understand your business. You have to understand people, psychology. You have to know. You have to be up to date with whatever industry you are in, and you have to be good at delegating work. And you have to trust people to know how to delegate. Because as a CEO, you can't do everything by yourself. So you have to make sure you are surrounding yourself with the good people. You trust them, and you delegate them the work. Then you focus on the company vision if you want to scale up and survive as well. Yeah, so as a CEO,
it's like an everyday marathon.
Absolutely. Every day is different. And sometimes I feel like I'm here just to solve problems. You know, this is coming, this email is coming, this message, you know, this is happening, how we can fix this, how. So I think with time, you would have this mindset where you quickly jump to the solution. Okay, This is okay. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it is important also to train your employees to solve problems themselves. You know, again, we're humans. We just can't get everything to fall on our heads.
Yes.
We have to delegate. We have, otherwise, if you're happy as being as a sole, you know, solopreneur.
Solopreneur.
Yeah, that's fine, you know. But if you want to scale up, you have to delegate.
But you also have to be open to taking people with you on the journey.
Absolutely.
And people around you as well.
Yeah.
You have to be open to that.
Exactly. Trust people, create more leaders, and support people.
Yeah.
And if you support them, if you create this a good culture, work culture, people will stick, and they will support you as well, and they will remain with you all the way through the journey.
It's also because you are who you are today, thanks to the people that are supporting you in your circle.
Yeah, exactly. You know, having a supportive family, supportive friends is very important.
And some people don't have that.
No.
Some people don't. And it's very unfortunate because it's
a
deciding factor between being this high up and being all the way down here.
Yeah.
It's just who you surround yourself with, the people you hang out with, the family you decide to have or choose to have, because some people, they have terrible parents.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's unfortunate they're born into that environment, but they can also decide who their family could be, can and should be.
Absolutely. I think it is one of the most important thing is to have the right partner with you. You know, your wife, you know, your partner, your husband. That plays a extremely important part in your success. And, you know, I give the credit to my wife as well for supporting me for this journey and being open. You know, I work 16, 18 hours a day sometimes, and, you know, meetings the whole day. So having a supportive wife, partner, or husband is important to you know, to create this atmosphere at home that, you know, and someone who trusts you and trusts your skills and abilities, and someone will see your potential as well. This is very important. Even like my wife, she's been helping me in the business itself. You know, she's finance background, so she's been managing the whole finance and operational side of the business as well. You know, I think this is very important to have someone go through the journey with you as well.
Yeah, family is a big thing, especially in our cultures.
Yeah, you know, we know our culture. You know, we stick together. You know, the wife, the kids, the brothers, the cousins. You know, that's our culture, and always, you know, it's a supportive culture. You know, like I came from Jordan. You know, I have 14 cousins from my father's side, and more than this from my mother's side, and I've always felt supported in Jordan. You know, whatever happens to you, you will find all those people around you, you know, just giving you the support you want, and the love and the emotions that, you know, will give you the courage and the confidence to keep going.
We feel it more. But talking to people now and thinking about it now, that it's all over the place. Family love is something that's universal. It's just not as encouraged in some other places. Like, but if you go to Asia, family is a big thing.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
If you go to even Europe, and some Balkan, I would say, Europe places like Scandinavia, maybe. The really European Europe, it's Italy, Greece, these places, they have a strong family bond within them as well.
Correct.
And especially with Italy, like it gave a birth the whole franchise, the
exactly.
whole Godfather.
That's right. You know, this family tribes.
But it's interesting how different it is from this culture to that culture to Asian culture, the way that they deal with it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like it's like the same suit but different colors.
Yes.
Right. It's so beautiful.
That's right. You know, if you watch the Australian movie, I love it. It's my favorite. You know, the Woke Boy 1 and 2. So in Woke Boy 2, they travel to Greece, and you know they have all the parties, and they get to see the relatives there.
Is that about the old guy? He's in his 30s or 40s.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Just watch it. If you watch it, it's fun. It's great. And now they've got the third one. I guess I think
that's how they're promoting it and whatnot.
That's right. Yeah,
that's very interesting.
Yeah, and speaking about families, it was funny that he's gone to the restaurant, and the guy at the restaurant, he wouldn't take money from his relatives.
Yeah.
So that's why businesses collapsed, because they call it Greekonomics. So my cousin, don't pay, you just go.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It happens. It happens.
Exactly.
Good.
Same, I guess, in our culture as well. My dad as a lawyer, I saw him a lot of times, never charge his cousins and relatives. He just.
Do you think that's the right thing?
I don't know. Actually, I think if you are in Jordan, it should be the right thing. You can't say it's not right. You can't just. You know what I mean? It's tricky sometimes. Yeah.
But I think you present it out of your own good heart.
Yeah.
Like I was seeing a video yesterday of a guy, and he's got a falafel joint, and it's like just a little what do they call it? A tray, like one of those like on the street setup.
Yeah.
And he's got a sign right in front of it, and it says, "If you don't have money, you can just ask for it."
Yeah.
Right. And it's beautiful. It's very heartwarming, because like some people do not have money and they're starving.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
They're just walking the street, and they ask him like, what do you get out of it? And he goes, "I get nothing out of it."
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not expecting anything. It's just a small help.
Exactly.
Right. And as a human.
Yeah.
You ought to help your fellow human.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And he's doing it for strangers, not even family. He's just got the sign up right there.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And I had this conversation like twice yesterday about giving family stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was out getting a pair of pants for a party.
Yeah.
And the girl that was serving me, we were talking about the whole shop she was working at. It's a clothes shop.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, I were joking about how she acting like she owns the place. And she's like, well, my cousins come in, my uncles come in. They just come in because I work here, and they pretend like I own the shop, and they take stuff, right? And they get it for discounts and whatnot, right? Because she doesn't obviously own the place. But it reminded me back to a time where my dad used to own a women's clothes shop.
Yeah.
And my aunties, my grandma, her aunties, her grandmas, right? And their cousins, the relatives would just come in. They would take whatever, right? They would take whatever, and they would just go away, and he wouldn't charge him.
Exactly.
And I ask him till this day, why don't you charge him? You could have made a fortune.
Right. At the end of the year, you look at the financial statement, and so under which category that goes?
Negative
profit, loss, help, whatever, donations,
family, goods and services.
Exactly. And the financial system, they should have another category, family.
But generosity is beautiful.
Absolutely.
I was also getting the same pair of pants tailored, right? And I went to my tailor. The generosity stories don't end, right? I was going to my tailor, and I was telling him I want to go to a trip. He's got this little shop set up in the middle of the street. It's out of his garage.
Yeah.
I walked in, hey, Khan, how you going? What's good, brother? Haven't seen you in ages. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
This guy's like really humble. He's really sweet. And he's telling me about, I went to Baghdad like not long ago, and I came back, and it was beautiful. And he's describing the place, and he's talking about his trip. And his kids don't speak Arabic well, right? He's got like one 12-year-old, one 7-year-old, one 9-year-old. They don't speak Arabic so well.
Yeah.
And I asked him, like, when you go to a taxi, when you go to buy something, do they recognize you coming from outside?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, he speaks it, but they would know, right? And he said that as soon as we landed, I'm telling you, I got in the taxi. They recognized because I was still fresh from the airport, right? And after that, when he wanted to take taxis within the city, you can't tell that this guy is like a foreigner, right?
Yeah.
Because he's literally in the middle of the street just holding out for a cab.
Yeah.
He goes, I sit in the cab, and I kid you not, the first thing they ask, where's the brother from? right? Like, where are you from, right? And he tells them, and he goes, oh, I'm from Arbil, or I'm from Duhok. He doesn't tell him he's all the way from outside the country, right? He's overseas. And they take it, but then he responds with, it's okay, you can relax. I'm not going to do anything to you, right? And they know, they see through it. And then he goes, well, all right, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm from Australia, this, that, you know. And they can tell. And the guy is not dressed in Dolce & Gabbana or whatever. He's just in his normal clothes, like you would see him on the street. But they can tell from the bubble that surrounds you that you're not from the same environment that these guys are living in right now, right? And that got him to go places. He would go to a restaurant, and he was talking to me. He says, I kid you not, Fidel, I sat down at the restaurant. We were having food, and we ordered simple things for 4 people, for 5 people. 2 minutes in, they are bringing food that we did not even order, right? And 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, we're sitting in this restaurant, a lot of people around. It's a family restaurant, and the table is full. The table is long full, food all over the place, and they just keep coming, right? And I went to pay when he finished the food, and he went to pay. The table was full, and I went to pay, and he goes, well, wasal, you know, as in like it's already paid. And he goes, what do you mean it's already paid? And he goes, you're a guest. Well, how did you know? How did you know I was a guest? He goes, you know, it says it on your face. We can tell. We can tell. Like, you're still our son. You're still our boy. We know that you're from here, but you're also a guest at this place right now. And a lot of people offer him, like, if you have nowhere to stay, you can stay with us tonight, right?
Absolutely.
This hospitality
this amazing,
is so good.
You know, absolutely. I guess in the Middle East, we have this hospitality culture. You know, people. You know, especially strangers, people just very supportive to someone who's outside of, someone who came from somewhere else. And
they love it.
They just love it. They will do everything
to show you what they have and how can they treat you.
Absolutely, So this is great. This is great over there. And I guess even myself growing up in Jordan, I'm not gonna say I'll fall into this trap, because in business we have to be careful, you know, not to give everything for free unless you have non-for-profit business. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just say, okay, I will do this feature for free, or sometimes I get asked to, we call it scope creep. You know, that's things that would fall outside what we agreed on, but for a goodwill. You know, I would just do it for free. I guess we have this in sometimes in our business mindset even.
But you need it, don't you?
Yeah.
It creates this connection with people.
Absolutely. But, you know, I guess it's also in our blood, you know, to do something like that.
Yeah.
And people love it, you know. Especially people who are not used to being treated like that. They would love it, and you would know they will come back to you as well.
But it's also a reputation. So if you did something for me that was good, like, you know, you brought me this Ferrero Rocher chocolate right now. It's simple, right? But like, then if I go and have a conversation like, oh yeah, Sharaf, this guy, he's the first guy that actually brought me a gift on my show. He's such a nice guy, right? And word of mouth. Now your reputation is you're a good guy, you're a hospitable guy, you love your people, and you build more trust.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. And I think that the important thing, it has to be genuine. It has to come from the heart. That's the thing, you know. I guess when people can tell when it comes from the heart, it's genuine.
Of course.
And that's where, you know, the beauty of doing this, you know, and the culture we came from. So it's fascinating, you know.
It's beautiful.
And you can see also the services in the hotels, you know, if you go to Dubai or Jordan or Egypt, hospitality and the services, it's amazing. You know, that's why the Middle Easterns, they are well known in their in the services industries there. It's I think it's 7 stars, you know.
Yes.
But
also Dubai has taken a long way. They've just taken the flame and they ran away with it. They took the ball, they ran away with it. And I applaud them for it. Valid, Dubai is not an Arabian city. Let's just be realistic, right? If you want to have an authentic Arabian ethnic style trip, you wouldn't go to Dubai.
Yeah.
You would go somewhere like Sham, maybe Egypt, these places. But they've elevated what it means to be an urban Arabian city.
Correct.
And they've taken it to the point where this is what it should be like. This
Absolutely.
is what a utopia would be like. Yes, it's over-exaggerated.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. With the whole Rolls Royces, the Lamborghinis, the lavish lifestyle, the luxurious lifestyle, the whole dancing fountain water, right? The whole fireworks that come out of the Burj Khalifa. It's exaggerated.
Yeah.
But it's also done in a way where it's a flex of power, wealth, and history.
Yeah.
And it's done right.
Yeah.
So you can't really say, no, you're not doing any benefit.
Yeah, I guess also this is a smart thing to do because that's how they attract investors and businesses. You know, I guess it's part of the plan. And, you know, you see what's happening there, you know, how it's becoming a destination for lots of tourism, for businesses, for investors.
Dude, everyone wants to go to Dubai.
You have to do. They're very good in marketing, and everyone wants to go to Dubai. You know, I think there's maybe more than 30,000 Australians in United Arab Emirates
for sure.
In general. So people loving it. You know, enjoying the life there. No taxes. They're enjoying the luxury.
They have no taxes.
No taxes. No.
They don't have taxes. How?
You mean tax?
Yeah. So do they not pay taxes, or is there like no GST and stuff?
No, I mean, you know, in Australia, it's up to 45% tax. You pay tax. But in the United Arab Emirates, you don't pay tax. You just pay some small amount of fees here and there. It's not, you know, Saudi Arabia as well. There's no tax. Yeah, you don't pay tax there.
I consider a
not
move.
Like 45% of your income or 30%.
I know, that's a business. So
you know what I mean?
You make $1 million a year.
So that's where people love it. It's the tax thing. Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah, maybe you could have the
sort of moving to Dubai.
There you go. Free consultation.
Making business moves on the fly.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love it, honestly.
Yeah.
I would love it if this podcast gets to a point where it's operating out of Dubai.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's easy now to establish and register a company over there as well. There's a free zone. They have a zone where it's also, it's not, you can be the 100% owner, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you don't have to have a partner from there. It's called the free zone. Yeah, do some research about it. It's
so you own the whole thing.
Yeah. You just establish an office there and in the free zone, and
dude, you're really tempting me right now.
Have the plan to go.
Oh, for sure. Think it would work. Sort of in Dubai.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good in Australia. Build up your experience, you know, build up your connections, and from here you can start building up your connections in UAE, and you see how it goes. You know, it's good to go for a visit and test things there, and then you decide if this is something you want to do or not.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love it right now. Yeah. Dallas is good. It's doing me all right.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've always had a vision.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll keep my vision in my head every single day.
Exactly. This is important. Even you can write it down or draw it and have in your room in front of you all the time. You know, it's like visualizing your purpose and your vision all the time is important, and thinking about it. You know, if you heard of law of attraction, I guess also. You know, it's also the law of frequency, because it's how you work on yourself and you keep raising the bar and raising your frequency every day to reach to your vision. If you raise your frequency, you will attract the things you've been thinking of. Today you are at this stage. Then if you work on yourself, you keep evolving, you will raise your frequency so you can speak a higher language with different people. For example, you can reach out to a certain level of people. If you keep working on your frequency, then you step up. Then you keep from there, you raise it more. And I guess that the primary law, I would say, behind the law of attraction, and that's where you get to the vision you want. It's just keep working on yourself and keep disrupting yourself as well.
Disrupting, what do you mean?
Disrupting meaning that doing something totally new and doesn't necessarily feel comfortable for you to do.
So getting out of the comfort zone.
Yes. Yeah, something totally different. Something maybe could scare you. Something you feel, I'm afraid to do this. Just do it. I mean, definitely, you have to have a calculated risk. But, something not... routine is good, but always try something different. Try something new. So where you grow your neurons in your brain, and that's how you evolve and learn as well. It's all about disrupting yourself. I want to give you an example from business perspective. Companies like Field, like Blockbusters, like Kodak, they got disrupted by Netflix and Instagram. Nokia mobiles.
Yeah,
they were doing the right things, but they didn't do things right. Meaning that Nokia, their financial statements extremely good, and they've came up with those beautiful mobile phones at the time, but they did not disrupt themselves because the smartphones came and they disrupted Nokia. So that's what I mean. You always think of the business model and utilize the technology as it emerge. And even not only technology, anything in your life, you keep evolving, you keep disrupting yourself. You don't have to necessarily reinvent the wheel, but do something different as well. Where's Nokia now?
It's gone.
Look at iPhone. In just a few years, it got disrupted.
It's because they didn't innovate.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we mean of disrupt yourself. Keep innovating. Do something different. Yeah.
That's very good advice. I'll take it to heart. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing though. I've been meaning to open this for a while. I need my sugar hit.
Just gonna jump in to
the toilet. No worries, man. Yeah,
quick,
so good.
Come back.
No worries. You want me to cut it or keep it? I'm just kidding.
It's my favorite Ferrero Rocher.
I love it.
And I was going to get Cocoa Black. This is another favorite Australian chocolate, but I haven't got the chance to pass by next time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I love chocolate.
I'm addicted to chocolate.
Top 3 chocolates.
I love chocolate.
Which one is your top 3?
If you come to my house, you will see stack of chocolates
No
there.
way.
So when we go shopping, the basket, my wife would get fruits and vegetables, and my half is chocolate.
So this is where the profits are going on.
It's all on chocolate.
This is your number 1?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I like it.
Because of the texture.
Yeah.
Yeah, crunchy. So you probably like Snickers too,
Yeah.
Yeah. Good, man.
I like chocolate that has peanut butter as well.
Ooh.
That gives it a nice kick.
Reese's.
Yeah, Reese's. Yeah, Reese's is nice.
The little like circular ones.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's very nice. Try Cocoa Black. Cocoa Black Australian chocolate. It's very nice. They've got.
Is that the one that comes in a box, like a?
They make different. Yeah.
I might have
in a
had
box.
it.
Yeah.
Someone gave it to me once.
You've got just small pieces or just
Small pieces,
block of chocolate.
It comes with like a catalog.
Correct.
Yes, I've tried it. It's very good.
Yeah, this is a great one. You can taste different.
I still have it. I felt bad for eating it because I felt like it's like a collection thing.
Yeah.
Even when I opened it, but then I was like, screw it, I'll eat it. But it's very good.
Yeah, chocolate is all the time, like every day. I hope I'm not gonna get diabetes sometime soon because.
Look, man, it's worth it. It's worth it. I was debating saying this, but it's worth it 100%. Because like, it's a dopamine hit.
Oh, I know.
It's a dopamine hit. It's like drugs, but like it's cheap, you know.
I know.
Legal drugs.
Exactly. But the thing is, I try not to eat chocolate on empty stomach. So usually after food, so it doesn't. I think if you eat it on empty stomach, it would have sugar would have a worse impact, you know. But after food,
I've read about that. Because it's the first thing that gets consumed in your body, and your body doesn't have anything else to mix it with, and so it's gonna process the sugar straight away.
Exactly. So even the way we eat, the order of the food is very important. What's
the first thing you put in your mouth?
I skip breakfasts.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't.
Questionable.
Yeah, I know many people would hate, to hear this, but yeah, I naturally I just I don't feel like having breakfast, so I skip it. No.
What time do you wake up?
6:30.
Okay.
Yeah, and I keep going. I could stay without food. But coffee, yes, I can't start. The first thing I do, I just drink water, then coffee straight after the water.
Water is good.
Yeah. So I start with water, not but I just keep going with coffee.
I understand.
Yeah, to keep me.
It's a big part of the Jordanian culture.
That's right.
Bun al-Amid had a whole corner.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was good though. Jordanian coffee is great.
Yeah, they make a good coffee.
We still buy it till this day. Like out of all the coffee we buy, we buy like small Bun al-Amid.
That's right.
When we make it, the Arabic one. It's good.
It is.
They make it better, but obviously.
Nah, it's nice. Yeah, I love it. I guess, Jordan is like Melbourne. Melbourne, how we got this coffee culture as well.
Yes.
Over there is just, you would barely see someone who doesn't drink coffee.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Coffee and cigarettes.
Absolutely.
Coffee and
cigarettes, mate. It's just so much.
Especially for taxi drivers.
In closed places as well.
If they could have like 3 arms, one is going to be on the wheel, the other 2 are going to be coffee and cigarettes.
Maybe they used, sometimes their legs to control the steering.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
Yeah, and like I've seen the ones where like they hold the cigarettes like that, and then the coffee like that. He would take a sip.
Exactly.
And then he would. Go, all right, while driving.
Handy skills.
Yeah, very handy. Right. And they're always stressing the taxi drivers though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the taxi culture over there.
Exactly. I know.
It's always funny. Like every time I sit, there hasn't been a single time I rode with a taxi that he has not been stressing.
Yep, and also they always have a story.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. But it's great.
Yeah,
it's great. It gives you the whole experience.
Absolutely. If you don't catch a taxi in Jordan, you would miss something from the trip. I guess it's part of the. It should be part of the tourism package, indeed.
Dude,
now we're gonna catch the taxi. Okay, now you saw Petra, and you went to the Dead Sea. Okay, now time to just experience the taxi.
Yeah. Dude, I'm laughing so hard right now because I remember the story from when I was in Jordan. My friend came over from Iraq.
Yeah.
And we were still like 16, 17. And I was in Jordan for 2 years, so I knew the area around. And I told him, all right, I'm gonna take you out. Sure. Yeah. We wanted to go to Sharaf Rainbow Street.
Yeah.
Right? Very cool area.
Yeah.
Suitable for our age. It's a nice, just a street that's filled with food, filled with clothes, filled with lights.
Exactly. That's where a lot of my relatives came from, lived in Jabal Amman.
Jabal Amman is beautiful. That's where I went to school.
There's a lot of my family. Okay.
Yeah, there's a Greek Catholic school that was next to it.
I
went to that school for 2 years.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
I even picked up the accent.
Yeah.
شمالك يا زلمة.
ليش بتطلع علي?
Right. And so we wanted to go from Arjan or Jebel Hussein. No, he was in Jebel Hussein, right? So we wanted to go from Jebel Hussein to Shara Rainbow. And it was something like 7 p.m. So it was pretty dark. And we jumped out on the street, and he was like, all right, let's just pull a taxi, we'll go. No worries. We stopped. I kid you not. 2, 3, 4 taxis. They didn't give a shit about us, right? Because there were like 2 ladies standing right next to us. It's fair enough. All right. All right. And then one guy pulls over, and he's on the phone straight away, right? He's just on the phone. I tried to talk to him. He's like, oh, jump, brother, jump. It's all good. Where do you want to go? Shout out Rainbow? No worries, I'll take you. How much? Just don't stress about it, bro. 2 dinar, 3 dinar, all good. This guy, I kid you not, because you know how in Arabian countries, the driver sits on the left, I sat to the right, my friend is sat to the back. The whole trip, he was on the phone yelling to the person he was talking to. The story goes, something happened back at home with the wife that caused him to spaz out. Sharaf, I kid you not.
Far off.
The whole trip, this guy had his marital problems on the phone with 2 people sitting in the taxi having to listen to it. He doesn't care. He had the headphones plugged in, and he was talking. He was like, oh, as soon as I come back, this. As soon as if I find out that this happened, that. If what they told me is true, it's gonna be this. I'm trying to get this brother to calm down, but he won't listen.
Okay.
He's zoned out. He's full on zoned out. Right?
Jeez.
He's just a driving body.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a chauffeur at that point, right? Because I have conversations with my drivers, right?
Yeah.
But this guy, he was gone. Even when I was going to like give him the money, he was ready to like just zoom out. He didn't even care about his money.
Yeah.
Right, but I gave him the money. I was like, I hope it's all, I hope it's all good, bro.
He's losing it, like he's lost it.
Losing it, right? Something must have gone wrong for him.
And they just end their laundry. They don't care. They end their laundry. They don't care who's with them, and they just say whatever.
Yeah, they're so unfiltered.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like right now, you sit with an Uber. How is it? Yeah, good, brother, good.
Yeah.
All right. Some people don't even want to talk.
Yeah.
Right.
But I guess good point. We talk about the taxi drivers, but Uber, they're more careful. Even in Jordan, the Uber drivers.
Uber in Jordan?
Oh yeah. Uber. There's a company called Kareem.
Kareem, yes.
Which is bought by Uber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart.
They got it, and I think those people, they try to be more professional because of the reviews and all this stuff. So
they have to be.
Because
they're a corporation company.
Yeah.
When you're a taxi driver, you're just a taxi driver.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess even it's different kind of people would drive Uber than the taxi drivers in Jordan. Yeah.
I'd say more capable people.
Differences. Yeah. They watch what they say and all this stuff.
They have to.
Yeah.
Excuse me, because it's more like you're not working for yourself. You're working for someone else.
It's more corporate-y.
Yeah. You're representing a company. They're aware of it.
Exactly. You're not just by yourself. Don't.
That's sort of close to what my dad does, because he drives an Uber as well. And he has to put up with people's shit every day, and I feel bad for him. Because it's not an easy job to be an Uber driver, especially if you're driving in Melbourne after dark.
Absolutely.
It's terrible.
Saturday night or after dark.
When people have alcohol in their system, they say things they would never say.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Not because they're good people, just because the alcohol just helps them say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. It's just they feel more comfortable to say what's in their minds.
Yeah.
Right?
Alcohol does make you more comfortable.
Exactly.
It gives you this energy. It's like,
yeah,
I'm right here. I'm in the moment. No one can stop me.
Yeah.
And the more you consume, the more it's like that.
Correct.
Until you just pass out.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess, it's a tricky thing sometimes when how people, the Uber chauffeurs, in terms of how they respond to incidents and to rude people, some people, they think they own everything, they own you. I'm paying you this $20 or $30. You have to listen to. I guess comes back to ethics, people ethics
100%.
as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I've seen it. Like some people would get in the car and they put their foot on the dash, like.
Exactly.
Disrespectful.
Like some people, they just have no sense of Absolutely.
No.
This is very bad. Yeah.
If you do that back there, you get called out for it.
Yeah.
Straight away. You
Definitely.
not even just pull over and please step out.
Oh yeah.
Something far more extreme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We know that. It doesn't work.
Yeah. No.
They will get themselves in a big trouble.
Oh, big time. How long did you live in Jordan for?
I born and raised there. I came to Australia when I was 24.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been here for 16 years now. Yeah. So
how are you finding it?
Big well, it's my country, it's my home, you know. Yeah, I came as a student.
Okay.
Did my master's in IT, RMIT University as well.
Wow.
And what helped me to come here is my brother. He was 2 years before me.
Okay.
Here. He was doing PhD at Melbourne Uni.
Nice.
In engineering, and I just wanna, leave and continue my studies abroad. And he said Melbourne is a good place. Come, I'm happy here. So he helped me to come in 2007. Then I came as a student. Then I applied for the skilled point system, and there you go. I'm still here.
We've got the man himself right now.
Exactly.
This is such a journey, though.
Yeah, it is a journey. I guess as a student, you just go through different obstacles. I had jobs here and there. I have to balance jobs with assignments. With there's I wanted to apply at the time for the permanent residency. I lots of unknowns. Would I stay here? I love it. I want to stay.
Yeah.
And it is a journey, but I guess you learn a lot from this journey because you live away from your family and you have to be responsible. You have to rely on yourself, and that's it. There's no mom, no dad, no. Luckily, I got my brother to support me when I came, so that was a great. I'm always thankful to him for supporting me when I came. But again, you have to rely on yourself, make living.
For sure.
And, doing your studies, and then we brought our younger brother as well, which is, he's 10 years younger than me. We brought him over to do a master's degree as well.
Nice.
In 2016. So, we three brothers,
only three siblings,
only three siblings, and we all here. Mom and dad in Jordan. By themselves now. It's it's not an easy journey, especially when you are away from your parents as well. You just wanna, as they get old, you feel like you wanna spend time with them, more time. At the same time, you are at stage where you want to make a living, you are establishing a family, you want to survive, you want to, achieve your goals and purpose. At the same time, you have something inside you that I wish my parents are here with me as well. And that's where the trick is, how to balance the emotional side. I guess my younger brother is more emotional. Like, he was in Jordan in March and he went back again a couple of weeks ago. He can't, he wants to see the parents as much as he can. So it's always tricky, especially, my parents, they wouldn't come and live here. They have a good life there. They're just, they can't, at some stage, they just can't leave everything if they don't have to come, you know what I mean? And that's where it gets tricky. Just all the kids here and they're there, and we just talk over, video calls, and that's it. But I guess we try to make more efforts to bring them to visit, and we go as well. So to get to see each other at least once a year. Yeah.
Is it that they don't want to come here because this life is just not for them in Melbourne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't suit them. They have their social life there. My dad is still working as a lawyer.
Okay.
They're busy.
They have no real reason to move, yeah?
No, no, there's no reason. No, they're fine with their life there. Their friends and everything, if they come here. The kids are busy, if they're at home talking to no one. So it's tricky, you know what I mean?
But if they do come here, you're kind of like taking away their life to kind of adjust yours or your children's.
Exactly.
What do you think?
I guess they don't have to, if they're happy with their life, they don't have to come.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Why? I guess they are at the stage where I guess if we bring them over, I think they will age quicker. It's something you put someone not in their at this stage. It's not in their zone, and they are not in their 20s to adapt quickly, or teenagers. You know what I mean? At some stage, that's it. You wanna live the life you can or you want to live. If you are not being forced to leave your country, that's a different story. You know what I mean? Like if there's no war, if there is no something you want to survive with your life, it makes sense to leave and go somewhere else.
How different do you think it is for someone my age and someone like your parents' age? What's the main difference?
Moving to different countries. It's a huge difference. Yes. It's a huge, as you are young, you learn quick and you adapt more. You're more flexible, physically and mentally and everything. You just learn quickly. You totally different. But if you want to bring someone in his, their 70s, that's it. They build up their life.
They just want to retire and have
exactly.
Fun,
They don't care about learning like you are in your 20s or you are 15 years old. So that's why you just can't compare apple with orange. Like totally different, different cases.
Do you think that we retire people too early?
You mean
mentally?
I
spiritually?
Am personally. I don't see myself gonna retire. I think I will die while on still doing my work. I mean, when I get old, Again, it depends what do you want in life, For me, as long as I'm working, I'm satisfied, I'm happy. If I retire, what I'm gonna do? Maybe I will work less, definitely will work less. But you get at a stage where you just want to give back as well. You built a huge experience and wisdom over the years. You have to give it back in a different way. Yeah.
And you give it back to people you know, people you love, your family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's different ways to give back. But kicking back on the beach, and just doing nothing, your mind is like the muscles. You have to keep training your mind to stay fresh and young. Yeah. You have to do something as humans.
Because how many times is kicking back on the beach drinking mimosas is going to be fun?
No, exactly. For me, one day then I just get bored. I have to do something. Yeah. That's it. So it's what's the definition of retirement? I guess different people define retirement in a different way. Some people would, I would want to retire and grab my guitar and just do this and do that. Other people, retirement for them will be, I've done what I need to do. Now I will be board member here and board member there, or I'll just start a charity, or, it's just different definitions for people. Some people, they're happy to kick back and do nothing. Just read the news every morning and hang out with their friends, which is extremely fine. So I guess the retirement has many definitions.
I've seen it.
What's that?
Tauli.
Yeah, I know. Just sitting play. I've never played this.
Really?
Nah.
Have you never tried it?
No.
You should try it.
Yeah.
I should have brought it.
Next time, maybe.
Next
Yeah,
time,
we
yeah,
should
for
catch
sure.
up. We have
For
to
sure.
teach me how to do it.
I'll show you. I didn't know how to do it, but my dad taught me as well.
Yeah, right.
Now I beat him every time.
Okay.
Except when we play after 9 for some weird reason.
Yeah.
For some weird reason, he wins.
Okay.
Because my dice is just
It
stop
goes
working
back.
after
It
9.
goes down.
It's terrible. That's why I don't play him with him after 9.
Okay.
Yes, he's so effortless with it.
But be careful. You can't, like, you have to get your dad to win, you know.
I know. I know.
It's
a
funny.
mental thing.
Yeah. I never played cards.
Really?
I've never played. Yeah, I don't know, just me.
Now you're giving me ideas.
Yeah.
Dominoes? Domino?
No, I used to play a Monopoly.
Oh.
Yeah. This is something that, you know, I have to think, you know, okay, how can I do this? How, you know,
So you like
strategic.
solving problems, basically.
I think so, yeah. I think
like
so.
with dominoes, you're not really solving problems. It's more like calculations.
Yeah.
You have to predict and count.
Correct.
With cards, it's a shuffle of cards.
Yeah,
it's a luck.
I have no idea how to play it.
It's luck. So you draw a card, you're either lucky or you're not lucky.
Yeah.
With
yeah.
Pauli, Zahar, it's a combination of luck and strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with Monopoly, I think even with the whole dice thing, but you still gotta figure out your options.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's just I'm one of those who just
problem solving.
Yeah.
Dude, you should totally go for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. You have the body for it as well. Long legs, easy triangles. I'm telling you right now. World champion.
Yeah, world champion.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll give it a go.
Huh?
We'll give it a go.
Oh yeah, I gave it a go for a while, but I stopped because I needed time to figure out the podcast.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely go back.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's fun. It's a fun, engaging exercise.
Yeah.
It's basically human calculus.
Yeah.
Because once you start doing it, it's not just how do I get this person to succumb. It's not just I need to win. It's not a mentality of winning. You don't focus on winning as much as you focus on what's going on right now. It's more like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, right.
You have to go by each step. But at the same time, you have to calculate for 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and so you have to know, I'm going to put him in this lock, but if he counters doing 1, 2, 3, 4, I have to figure out what am I going to do if he does 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's sort of like human calculation going on the way while still trying to win.
Yeah, okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
It's very beautiful.
We should try it.
You should try it. You should try. I'll take you one day, definitely.
Yeah,
when
that would be good.
Time.
We'd love to.
It would be amazing. I know a good place in Tullamarine. Is that close to you?
Yes. Yeah. Money Farms.
For sure.
Yeah.
What days are you available?
What days? Well, I would say weekends.
They do weekends.
But we'll see. It depends. You know, if I can rejuggle things and meetings, we'll definitely
work it out.
We'll
give it a go.
Yeah.
Because I'm still learning right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I got my ass beaten for my first week.
Okay.
It was difficult, man.
Yeah.
Like they took it easy on me.
Yeah.
But I still got tapped.
Okay.
Because these guys effortless with it.
Oh, right.
But they're nice. There's some places that you go to and they know that you're new.
Yeah.
So they just take advantage of it.
Okay.
And so they put you in situation where they're just going all out. And these people are like, you know, they're not nice, right?
Yes.
They just take advantage of you just to make themselves feel better about it.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
They could seriously hurt you.
Yeah.
Just for their own pleasure. And because you're new. Because they know they can't take on the other guys.
Yeah.
They're not as good. They're not as bad, sorry. And,
okay.
Yeah, but this place, they're nice.
No, definitely. You know, it's good to try something different.
For sure.
Especially when you are too busy and mentally, you know, doing a lot of things, and it's good to get something.
It's also uncomfortable physically.
Yeah,
right?
which is good. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, and you lose a lot of weight when you do it. Because it's full-on cardio, non-stop.
Right. Okay.
So when you do it, you're just sweating. If you give it a go for like 2 minutes, you're drenched.
Yeah, okay.
Full-on drenched.
Yeah.
Because mentally and physically you're thinking.
Yeah.
Right? You're not just physically trying to wiggle your way out. You're mentally thinking.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Okay, done. Let's do it then.
I'll message you about it.
We have to. Yeah. It'll be good.
No.
Good.
I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Should probably lead with that.
Feeling?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Yeah, great.
Why?
Great. I'm enjoying the conversation.
I mean, like overall. How's your overall mood been recently?
The mood, I guess I would say extremely busy. It gets very stressful, but I try to have a good mood. So it doesn't, the stress and the busyness doesn't impact the mood. Again, as I was saying, as a CEO, you just solve problems. So there's problems all the time.
Yeah.
It's how we gonna receive them. Are we gonna get just upset and in a bad mood? Are problems all the time? Well, that's part of life, and this is part of business, and this is part of the responsibility we have to take because our decision to do this. Yeah. So we have to feel good. I guess we always have to push the negative thoughts with the positive thoughts. I'm not saying you have to be happy, smiling all the time. No, it's being neutral. And I guess if you can control your emotions, you will take the right decisions as well. So it's a skill to control your emotions, and
very difficult one though.
It is difficult. Yes. Absolutely. I mean, we're humans.
Yes.
You wake up sometimes without any reason in the morning. You have a bad mood. You
have one of those days as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it happens definitely. But I try to tick off tasks to feel less anxious. So get things done. I'm this kind of person who, okay, I have something, I want to get it done. Move on, get it done. Because if I keep thinking of, there's many things I haven't finished, I get a little bit anxious, and think about it. So if I want to go somewhere and enjoy.
Makes you feel terrible, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's on the back of your head.
Correct. So
it doesn't make the value of enjoyment as valuable as it should be.
Yeah.
It's not as rewarding.
No. Yeah, exactly. So, and you feel this sense of achievement, just get it done.
Yes.
Go out and enjoy.
You're proud of yourself.
There's nothing to think of while you are enjoying with your friends or
you do it with your chest high up.
Yeah.
I felt it. I know what you mean exactly. Because sometimes you've got something that you need to do, but you don't do it, and you're just like, I'll just go out with my friends or whatever. But when you're in that moment, it's still in the back of your head every time, and you're not in the moment with your friends. You're not enjoying.
Exactly.
You're not getting value.
Absolutely, and also it's a responsibility. There's something, and it's your responsibility to fix. So you have to take this responsibility, fix it, get things going. Then you can do whatever you want to do after. Yeah.
But not a lot of people do it. A lot of people would rather just take the easy path.
Again, it comes back to what we want in life and how much we can handle. If people want to take the easy path, good for them. That's no problem at all. Some people, they just take the hard path. We're humans, it's just different.
What do you think makes someone take the easy path? Why would someone rather that, even if you put a vision in front of them? Like you could sit down with a person and tell them, hey, if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you bust your ass for like 5 years, you're going to end up here and you're going to have everything you desire, but they could still go, no.
Some people, they don't like the challenge. It's uncomfortable. It's same as you have to wake up every day at 5 a.m., but you prefer to wake up at 9. It's same. It's some people, they don't like to push and to be challenged. They're comfortable with their routine, and they just don't wanna do it. Other people are fueled by the challenge. The more challenge, the more fuel, the more persistent they become. Yeah. And
it affects them in a bad way if they don't have any challenges.
Exactly.
If they're going up, it's like a ripple effect. They're going all the way up.
Yeah.
But if you put less challenges and you make them more comfortable, they go down and they steep down.
Exactly. On the other hand, there's other people who, once they get faced by a challenge or obstacle, they collapse.
Yeah.
They can't deal with it. So again, different capabilities and different preferences for people. But it's always good to push ourselves, and to keep learning, to trying something new, Otherwise, as humans, we will not advance, taking the easy path.
Of course.
Because when you look at history and even, in the recent years, people who are changing humans' future, or those people who accepted the challenge, and therefore they added value to humanity. Look at those, like Steve Jobs with Apple iPhones, like Einstein, like those people, they never slept. They've been always challenged to find solutions for a higher human, frequency, I would say, and future. So they have a higher frequency where they look at you look at us as a human, not just focus on the details. Again, those people who accepted the challenges, who changed the human's life. People wouldn't accept these challenges, just work for those people who managed to take the risk.
For sure. It makes you also stand out.
Definitely.
It's all about what you do, because you're here for a very short time.
Yeah.
For what Earth has been around for, you're here for like a very quick blip.
Yeah.
And if you can't do much with this blip, it's very unfortunate, because you have so much capabilities, you have so much potential.
Correct.
Right? It's about leaving your legacy. Like right now we're sitting here talking about people that did accomplishments 500, 400 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll still talk about it.
Absolutely. You look at people in history like Edison, Thomas Edison, who invented electricity. I think he tried it 10,000 times until he got it right.
Yeah.
So imagine the amount of stress, especially when people experiment something, it doesn't work, then keep going, it doesn't work. Imagine how much they push themselves.
Yeah.
And eventually they created something that, now without electricity, there's nothing. Shut the electricity.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's no internet. There's nothing as a consequence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I guess those people who push themselves and achieve, they impact humans in a good way. But again, people who decide to take the easy path, it's not bad as well. It's fine. We're humans, choices, and we all different. That's how the world, works. Otherwise, you can't have 8 billion humans. They're all high performers and achievers, and at the same time, you can't. So, it's part of us as humans.
Yeah,
it's just different. Yeah.
It's cool. So it's all kind of a pyramid. Jeez, I say this like every episode.
It's got
Well,
yeah.
I was going to say something. What was I going to say?
Yeah,
it is very human. It is very human. You can't just have everyone be a leader.
Yes.
As much as you can't have everyone be a worker.
Yeah.
But also, I used to believe when I was young, and God, now thinking about it, I'm so wrong. And I'm glad I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because when I was young, I used to look at innovations. Say, for example, cars, skateboards, hoverboards. We didn't have hoverboards back in the day.
Yeah.
But just the inventions that we had in the 2010s.
Yes.
Something like a plane, something like a light bulb, a camera. And I used to think, okay, well, we've done this, now what? Like, we've already created a skateboard. Because I wanted to create something when I was young.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Because every kid has an imagination.
Correct.
And you get presented with things that you think, gosh, they've already created a skateboard. What am I going to do? Right?
Like, I missed it.
Right?
This is my idea.
Right. And this is me as a kid. I always used to look at something and go, oh, they already created this. Now, what can I create?
Yeah.
Right? But now, thinking about it, I'm so wrong, because human innovation never stops.
Nah.
Never stops. We're always creating something. Every single time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right.
Sometimes we think, the market is filled with it. No, there's always secrets that we have to discover in the world. We did not discover all the secrets yet. So there's always secrets, and our job is to dig in and try to
even close.
And find what are those secrets and what are those problems and how we can solve them. It's, as we evolve, there's always new things, and even as we get new technology and infrastructure, it will create a new industries. Yeah, like before the internet, we had the industrial era.
Yeah.
Right? Now we have internet. How many industries the internet created?
Heaps,
right?
Heaps, a lot.
Exactly. And smartphones now, bloggers, podcasts, they just, 100%. Without smartphones and these apps. So there's always emerging industries will come as a new technology gets created. Wait now with artificial intelligence. Just wait and see how many industries.
100%.
People will create companies out of ChatGPT. And I'm one of those people, It's amazing. Like, you will see billions and billions of money being floated in the market based on new industries. I want to give you an example. Like, for example, Instagram was sold, I think, to Facebook at the time.
Yes.
13 billion or something, or something like that. But it has like 12 or 14 employees. And 14 employees, they built a billion, Now I think they're waiting for the 3 people to build the first billion company. Only 3 people.
What do you mean?
Like 3 people get together, they will create a product,
a
company, and they can sell it for $1 billion.
100%.
Only 3.
100%.
Now there's another talk that they're waiting for the 1-person billion company. So 1 person will establish a company and sell it, or it will be worth $1 billion. You know what I mean?
It's not far off.
It's not far off with AI.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So again, there's always innovation. There's always, as we evolve as a humans, there's always emerging industries that we can take advantage of and just build a product or a company based on this.
Well, I mean, it's ridiculous that you can still start a company as a singular person and you would sell it for millions. You can do that now.
Yeah.
You can start a company and you can sell it for millions.
Exactly.
But we say that 1 person, 1 billion, like it takes away from the value of millions.
Yeah.
Millions is a big number too.
Exactly.
Like if you make a company from scratch and you sell it for
as 1 person for 1 billion.
For 1 billion, or even 1 million.
Yeah.
Like that's still a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And that's something that's very doable right now. So think about companies that started from Shopify, like the Shark Tank.
That's right.
The Udi, these kind of places. 1 person started it, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So that's where we are going to this era of abundance as well.
Even Facebook started with a group of people. Mark Zuckerberg started, The Bill Gates started on his own, Microsoft.
That's right, but he had the technical people behind it as well. But now with AI,
you don't need
you can have the programmers, the designers, the now video producers, everything.
Yeah.
You get your team of AIs, and you just establish a company.
It's getting close, brother. It's getting close.
Exactly.
Get ready, people. Get ready.
Exactly.
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, it's exciting time to live in now. Definitely. Very exciting. Yeah.
You can go either way, to be honest. Go very dark.
Absolutely.
That's what makes it exciting, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's where things are transforming and
it's a lot of opportunities. A lot.
Exactly.
You could do whatever and it could just hit.
Yeah.
Right? You could just throw something at the wall and it'll stick.
Yeah.
There's as much chance of it not sticking as it is sticking.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're luckier than the previous generation because we have more tools now in our hands.
For sure.
To build something.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
We have all the information available for us to seek any knowledge or any skill you want to learn.
We learned from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like we always keep collecting data, and the people that are gonna come after us are gonna be collecting data from us.
Exactly.
And building upon that, and they're gonna be better than us.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And we move.
Yep. Absolutely.
Been doing it for 6,000 years now, something like that. How old is humanity?
64,000. So,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, is that humanity as developed humanity after Neanderthals and whatnot?
I think, yeah. You know, I think it depends on the theories. But the recorded history depends when the recorded history was started, like few thousand years ago.
Did it start with
when we started?
Recorded history was probably 3,000 years ago. Yeah. No, I would say
I think more.
2,000. I don't think more.
Maybe, yeah.
No, actually,
yeah. I'm not too sure.
It's definitely before Christ.
Yeah.
Definitely they started.
The Greeks before the Christ. You know?
Yes, they were recording.
Even before that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, they had people recording even during, because like when Christ was around, they had people that were jotting down.
When the Christ was around, it was fine. But even the Greeks, you know, the philosophers before the Christ as well.
Dude, I would imagine Egyptians had that as well.
And the Egyptians, yeah, that's right.
For
even
sure.
Before.
For sure.
It's all recorded when you look at what they keep discovering now.
Even Mesopotamians, they had the tablets.
Yeah, exactly.
I had Muhammad talk about how there's one guy back in ancient Mesopotamia that used to write complaints on tablets.
Yeah, exactly.
On the shop, and he was complaining about the government. And he used to send just complaint letters. So
exactly.
It would have been so difficult to do it. It would have been so annoying.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine this guy just getting a tablet and just start pop, 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 pop. To whom it may concern, and it takes them like 7 days.
Exactly. In fact, look at the Aborigines culture in Australia, right? It's the longest continuous culture. It's 40,000 years, and you can see it's been documented.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's humans been there for, started for a long time.
Sharaf, you want to play a mini game?
We'll play.
Beautiful. All right. I think I've got my phone over there. Don't worry about it. Okay. The game goes like this. I get to ask you 2 questions. You get to ask me 2 questions.
Okay.
If you get to answer within the time allowed, you get a bonus question.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
And so you get 15 seconds. Is that good?
Yeah.
We're happy?
So let's see how it goes.
Okay, 15 seconds. If you don't answer within 15 seconds, that means I get to ask you another question.
Okay.
Cool?
Okay.
Cool. All right. Since you're a guest, I have no hospitality. I'm going to ask you first. All right.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Actually, should I get a timer? No, there's a timer right there. Yeah, there's a timer on the clock.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the question. You get 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 1. Sharaf, when was the last time you cried?
I guess when I lost one of my relatives, 2016, I guess, when my uncle passed away. Yeah, that's when. It's been a while.
You got it on time too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. 2016.
Yeah.
So you're not really an emotional guy.
I get, but yeah. I wouldn't say like, it depends what cry means. Like I could get emotional, have a little bit of trips, but crying when you lose someone, is that crying,
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. But yeah, I get emotional and have a little bit, not cry, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, your eyes get a little bit.
So it's 2016.
Like real crying.
Real crying.
Yeah, but after this, yes, definitely. We get emotional in a many, circumstances, and we do cry.
Yeah.
But a little bit.
Yeah.
Of cry.
Is that part of like being a man as well? They kind of challenge your emotions.
Yeah, I think and coming from the Middle East, men shouldn't cry.
Yeah.
But it's good to express your emotions. You can't just hold them inside and just get heart attack and die at a young age.
Yeah, well, I think even here, Sharaf. Yeah. Not just in the Middle East.
Absolutely.
Men
even here. Men they try to keep their emotions.
They're not encouraged to take it out, because if you do, you're showing weakness.
Correct.
It's just wrong.
Absolutely. Totally wrong.
Totally wrong.
Yeah. You have to express your emotions. There's nothing wrong with it.
You don't necessarily have to whine and moan about it.
No, correct. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. But it's something you just,
That also makes you a trustworthy person.
Correct. Yeah.
Because if females want to pick a partner, they want someone they can rely on, and they want someone that can show emotions.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what makes you a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So.
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that. Now it's your turn.
Well, in fact, I want to ask you the same question.
You want to ask me the same question?
Yeah.
Oh, someone already asked it. All right. Actually, no one asked it. No one asked it. It was a different one.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you cried last time, because since we talk about crying,
I remember. Okay. If we're gonna talk hardcore crying, I'm gonna say in my room, writing. Because I was sitting in my room one day, like 2-3 months ago, maybe. No, actually, no, not 2-3 months ago. I would say 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And I was in a situation where I felt I was being controlled.
Yeah.
Right. And I felt that I was limiting myself. And so I was just writing my thoughts away. And my thoughts were blocking me from putting out whatever I was feeling like. And so it was more of a feeling like I was trying to write away, and whatever I had of bad feelings and sadness in my heart, I just wanted to write it away.
Yeah.
But what happened is I was stopping myself from doing that.
Right.
And it hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt pretty bad because I'm trying to let it out, but at the same time, I'm stopping me from doing it. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Right. And so I just broke down and I kind of spazzed out, and I threw my pen, I threw my book, I just threw it to the wall, and I sat by my pen and I started crying like, this is terrible. You don't know how to, because what broke it to me is you have emotions, but you're unable to communicate it to yourself.
Correct.
Right? That's what did it for me.
Yeah.
So if you can't communicate your emotion to yourself, how do you expect other people to perceive your emotion and deal with it?
Yeah.
Right? And it was terrible, But I think, in a way, that was how it got out, right? Instead of writing it, it just kind of pushed everything away, and it was like, no, I'm going straight out the door. I'm just gonna open it wide, bust it wide open. I'm just going wide open. That's it.
Okay.
That's how it kind of got out.
Okay.
It was too emotional.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I think things like that would trigger your emotions and your nerves, and where you just want to lose it, which is totally fine. But then after this, you come back to it, and at least you release this negative energy.
Yeah. I calmed down after it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The good thing about crying is it's a negative energy, just emotions, and you release them.
Yeah.
Then you get back on track and becomes, more rational to think about the issue you want to solve, for example. Yeah.
But I haven't cried since.
I'm
doing all right so far.
Don't hold it for too long. So I mean, if something you need to cry about, just cry.
I try. Like it's not that I try. Like excuse me. Sometimes I just sit down and talk, and I don't necessarily talk to anyone. I'm a religious person, and so I believe in like talking to God.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of also talking to yourself.
That's right.
Right. And my church, the church that I go to, I get to go and take the keys when everyone is gone at night, and I sneak in when everyone is gone and the lights are off.
Good.
And they have the choir upstairs, right?
Yeah.
And they have the whole, what's it called? God, I'm letting people on my secrets now.
Yeah.
They have the thing where like the altar is all the way down.
Yeah.
And it's just a big red cross. It's like a fluorescent light.
Yes.
Right? And so everything is dark but the cross. And so I sit down and I see where the choir is at. And they have this solo mic for when they sing. And so I just take out the mic, I sit on the floor and I start talking away.
Yeah.
My brother caught me last time.
Yeah. Which is, I think this is good to have some escape room where you can meditate.
Yeah.
And people meditate in a different ways. Yeah. This is what you're doing is very healthy.
For me,
this is
it's very healthy.
Extremely healthy. What you're doing.
Yeah.
You just can't keep everything inside you, and you don't know how to release it. That will affect your mental health, and But finding an escape room where you can release and talk.
Yeah.
This is extremely healthy.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't have to keep it inside you. That's part of what bothered me when I actually cried, because I kept everything in for so long.
Absolutely.
And so when I tried to let it out, I couldn't, because I didn't know how to, because I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of burst out.
Correct.
It's like you puked it out, basically.
Yeah.
And so now I can practice doing it. Practice doing it more often in a better way, in a healthy manner.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And you have people around you for that.
Yeah.
If your people in your circle don't support you to the point where you feel comfortable to talk to them.
Correct.
What kind of people
Correct.
do you have?
Exactly.
Or what kind of person are you as well?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a healthy habit.
That's very good.
To do.
I love it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But I'm not going to say which day, because I want my privacy.
That's fine. You can build your own church as well if it's packed or someone.
I could. But I got at times where they have too many activities to the point where no one's going to be at church. Right? And so I just go there, and I get the keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's so good. We're good. But I sometimes mess with the systems. So I'm really sorry if anyone of the choir is listening right now. I'm terribly sorry. So if you find messes and here and there playing around with your stuff, it's me. It's me, 100%.
Now you knew his secret.
Now you know my secret. Okay, so far so good. Now my turn.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, when is a moment that Sharaf loved life to the fullest?
Moment. I think when you do something in life and make your parents happy. Yeah. That is the peak of my happiness.
Really?
Yeah. You look at them and see them proud and happy. And I guess it's two ways. You're happy because you've done something good, and at the same time you made them happy. That's where I guess I feel happy and excited. Yeah, I guess my parents is something important for me, and their happiness is reflected on my mood as well. So yeah, that's what I think.
So they're probably like a really big part of your life, your parents. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Some people can't say that. Some people can't.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
I know, but I guess
that's beautiful.
Mom and dad just something. Yeah.
They obviously played a big part in who you are today.
Absolutely. Supported me and with sacrifice, and they did whatever they can do to raise people who can be good value on the community. In a different fronts. Yeah, so I would say this.
No, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely working towards that point now.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're getting there, believe me, and
hopefully,
we will see this. It's gonna come, and I'm sure now they are proud of you, and they will be proud as you go and as they see you progressing and evolving.
But that's the goal, because my parents have made a lot of sacrifices as well.
Exactly.
As you know, especially coming here and whatnot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Leaving. You're from Baghdad,
Yes.
Baghdad, and you're leaving Baghdad and coming here, and they've gone through different
leaving their jobs,
obstacles, leaving their life to their jobs, living in a different country, transitioning to a third country.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
So people love your parents. if they're good parents.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's kind of a lost art today. Like even if some parents could put in all the work and the sacrifices, but it would not pay off.
Yeah.
Some people can be really ungrateful, and it's nasty because they get clouded by their own judgment. They get caught up in life, and they just attain everything back to themselves.
Yes.
It's like, I did this, I did that,
Correct.
I built my business, I built who I am. I'm self-built. It's just not simply true. It is not. Right? If you had people that support you, you're the byproduct of what that support is.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think that? Why do you think people get so egotistical to the point where they don't acknowledge other people?
Some people are just selfish. They just like to get the credit. Again, it depends also how they've been raised. Some parents, they would raise their kids with a goodwill, good intention, but sometimes not in the right way, although with a good intention. So that's why sometimes some kids, they just get used to get whatever they ask from the parents, and the parents, because of the love, they keep giving them. So again, that's what some parents, they just do certain things to the kids, although in a good will, but that could create some make some kids are selfish, or they don't give the parents the credit. Again, it depends how they get raised as well. Some kids, they get influenced by external circumstances, from friends or schools or whatever. So just different circumstances where kids develop how they condition their minds.
For sure.
Yeah. So
it's your turn to ask now.
Yeah. Okay. So what keeps you going when you wake up in the morning? What makes you excited and keeps you going? So you want to wake up tomorrow and after tomorrow.
I'm gonna be totally honest. Recently, it's been a struggle to wake up excited. Right. And I say recently, I mean past couple of months, because I've been overwhelmed extraordinary. Like it's so overwhelming to the point where, like, I wake up, and not that I want to stay in bed. It's just that I don't wake up pumped. And I miss that feeling where I just wake up pumped. And right now I'm getting back to that, but I think the reason why I lost that is because I may have forgotten the bigger picture. And I think that what always kept me in check, like, I'm a very responsible person. Or so, not responsible. I'm a very what's the word for it? Like, I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm disciplined. Right? I'm a disciplined person. Sure, I'm lazy sometimes, but if I say I'm going to do something, I'm 100% going to do it. And I do what I have to do. I keep myself in check. I do what I have to do in the time that I have to do, how I have to do it. I'm a very disciplined person. But sometimes you can get caught up in your everyday life, in your emotion, and you lose the bigger picture. And so you start losing the flame. And so you're just doing what you do to check boxes. Like, okay, I've got a deadline that I've got to finish by 5. I've got a video I've got to edit by 4. I've got a meeting I got to attend to. I've got to work with my parents like tomorrow. I've got a meeting with someone else I've got to do by this time. And you do it. But you're also doing it to check boxes. You're not doing it because you're engaged or because like, I gotta do this because this is gonna have effect on this and this and that. And if I have effect on that, it's gonna affect me in this way, in that way, and that way, right? So I definitely had a time where I lost this. And it's terrible to lose because if you don't have that flame, if you don't put the fuel to the flame, it can die out. And if it dies out, it can be very difficult to
Yes.
reignite it.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially when you have big ambition, big dreams. You feel guilty.
Yeah.
And so I think what keeps me pushing is my inner thoughts, my kind of inner demons that haunt me if I don't succeed, if I don't do what I do. That's the main motivation for me. Apart from my family, apart from wanting to give back, apart from wanting to help my people.
Yeah.
Because those are things that are every day. Because it's a struggle every day, right? It's a struggle with my family, it's a struggle with my parents, my friends,
Okay.
financially, emotionally. These things happen every day. I can't forget about it. It's impossible. But what I can forget about is if you don't do this, if you don't chase after your dreams, you're going to end up here. And you don't really want to end up here. And I can forget about that. And you can slip sometimes.
Yes.
But yes, this is what keeps me pushing.
Yeah. And also, I think it's also good to come up or create things that excites you. Even small, simple things.
Yeah.
You know, small daily goals that gets you excited. I guess our job to know ourselves more and what is that thing that would give us the spark. You know, when something like you get very happy, something happened and gives you this dopamine. It's our job to understand our psychology and ourselves and what excites us. And once you know what excites you, you just create, you know, small goals for it, or, you know, could be a very simple thing, you know, that makes you happy and excited and to keep going. Maybe it's a small step towards, you know, building your own studio.
Yeah.
Or even buying a very good camera with AI, with features, you know, the simple things that would excite you. So always create something small that you feel, if you achieve them, you feel a good sense of achievement and excitement. They don't have to be every day. They have to be too big, just simple things, you know. And again, it comes back to knowing yourself, what things you can try and you feel you go excited.
So it's kind of like a reward system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's very smart.
Exactly. Yeah. Small things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you plan your day by day, or do you plan a week ahead?
I do plan all the time because of the different, you know, variable, you know, there's too many things in my head. So any simple thing I need to do, I just put it on my calendar straight. Otherwise, I will forget.
Okay.
Because I have too many things in my life, especially with work and with different projects, and you know, if I don't put on my calendar, I will lose it. So the way I plan is, if there's any appointment or anything, straight away I'll just put it on calendar. Even if someone is coming to fix the sink in the kitchen. Or literally to this point. Otherwise, I wouldn't, because when you have hundreds of things at the same day, you're gonna lose track, and your mind can't comprehend everything. So I plan as whatever is coming through, and you know, we would have like tasks to plan for on a daily basis, and you would have a long-term plans to plan for too.
Yeah, I'm just like you.
Yeah,
I'm just like you. Even if an idea comes up in my head, I have to write it away.
Exactly.
And if I can't write it, I just pull up my phone, I record it.
Yes.
I voice record it. It's like idea, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Exactly. Otherwise, it's gone. You know, I thought of something. And it's so annoying when you think of a good idea, then you lose it.
Yes. You have to encapsulate it straight away.
Exactly,
straight away. You have to put it in a jar and
absolutely.
And you can't sit on it for too long either.
No.
Yeah. You sit on it long enough to think it through. But if you sit for too long, then this idea is going to go to someone else.
Exactly. Execution is the key. Execute. 100%. And you learn, trial and error. Yeah. So
Sharaf, if someone met you on the street right now and they don't know who you are, how would you introduce yourself? Say, for example, the camera is this person. How would you look at the person and talk to them?
How would I look? Usually when I introduce myself, I will just, hey, my name is Sharaf Goussous. And that's it.
That's it.
So because if they ask, I would say, you know, because how we introduce ourselves here, you know, you just say, Sharaf Goussous, then, what you do? So that's the first question. So I tend not to talk about myself unless someone is asking me who you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I just say my name, and if they ask me questions, I would answer their questions. That's how I usually introduce myself.
That being said, we've been talking for 3 hours.
Really?
Yes.
Jeez, far out. Far out. What's the time? I turned my phone off so I don't receive any emails, anything. This is unbelievable.
What did I tell you on the way?
Yeah.
I told you.
Where's my meetings and all these reminders? My staff now, they would think this guy maybe died. Where is he? Because he's always very responsive.
Yeah. Again, the full sort of experience.
Jeez, okay. That's good. It was a beautiful chat. I love it. It was great. And how many things we talked about.
I know.
You know what I mean?
So for people listening right now, on the way to the studio, I was talking to Sharaf, and I told him about how immersive it can be to talk on the podcast and how people can lose sense of time.
Yeah.
This guy is bamboozled right now, and he clearly didn't comprehend it till this point. Right? But it's beautiful.
No,
it's conversation.
No, I love it.
You gotta
Yeah.
dive deep to understand a fellow human. Humans are complex.
Absolutely.
They're very complex human beings. And even 3 hours right now doesn't do it justice.
No, yeah, that's right.
I would like for me, I'm a 22-year-old walking embodiment of experiences and emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? For you, it would be something like 21, 24, 25, right?
My age?
Yeah, 27. Pushing 29. It's all right.
I told you I came when I was 24 and I've been here for 16 years.
Yes. So that's like what?
Yeah.
29. I'm not good.
To be honest, I always my mind stopped when I was 23.
Yeah.
Like I see myself, 23.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh well.
I'm 40, but I don't see myself 40.
But you don't look 40.
Thank you. It's a compliment. I will take it. Although you can see the gray hair, I
have gray hairs as well.
Nah, I still have.
Not like my beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some weird reason.
Right.
Yeah, my mom plucks it out every time. I'm like, it's part of the process. It's gonna happen.
It's good to show some wisdom, Like the more gray hair, the wiser.
Yeah, right. Just means you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
But you look good, man. You look in great shape.
Yeah, thank you.
Right?
Yeah, thanks.
Now I'll ask you one more thing. You have children, yeah?
Hopefully. On the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have
the
world collapsed, right? Everyone is gone. This humanity is gone.
Yeah.
There's a new generation on the rise, and they happen to ponder upon lost files and lost clips, and they found this. What will your message be to them, to the next generation?
I would say keep learning and keep advancing humanity. Never stop. Keep changing. Keep experimenting. Trial and error. Otherwise, the humanity will not survive. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And also check out Skills Leap Australia.
Skills Leap Australia, correct. And
yes. Should be around by then.
Let's hope so.
It's AI.
AI, yes.
You gave birth
and
to
XponAI.
XponAI.
Yeah.
Okay, well, man, I've taken so much out of your time, but it's been beautiful.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for doing this. One more question. Where can people find you?
Where can people find me? Active on LinkedIn. You just look up my name, Sharaf Goussous. And yeah, they can just look up the company as well, Skills Leap Australia.
Actually, I'll ask you one more question.
Yeah.
What does your name mean for you?
My what?
Your name.
My name?
What does it mean for you?
My name.
Because Sharaf is honor.
Correct.
And we value honor a lot.
Correct.
So what does it mean for you?
It means I have to stick to my words and to my values. That's it. And yeah, just have a pride and dignity.
Do you think it affected your character, your name?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I believe so too.
Yeah, our names would influence our character.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can agree on that.
That's right.
Glad. So don't go naming your son Adolf, people. Please don't, especially Polish people.
Names are important.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, excellent.
But I took a lot of your time.
All good. Thanks, Fidel. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be on your podcast, and it has been a great conversation with you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming over.
You're welcome.
This was Sharaf Goussous. Did I say it right? Goussous?
Well, in Arabic, Sharaf Al-Goussous.
Al-Goussous.
Yes.
Nice.
From Qis.
Qis. Ah, like a priest.
Correct.
Yes.
Al-Goussous, yeah.
Nice.
In English, Goussous. So, it depends how. Yeah.
Well, people, this has been Sharaf Al-Goussous, Jordanian born and bred. But we're in Melbourne right now. But it's been beautiful. Now I've been wearing the Pepsi shirt. Pepsi, if you want to sponsor me, right?
That's good.
That's good. But yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you, Sharaf, for coming over. And till next time. And thank you, Xan. Thank you, Spectrum, for providing the space. Thank you very much.